Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, welcome to the 22nd International Latino Book Awards. We have a very busy night for you, so relax and make notes of books you want to read. Please remember to register and vote.
Hi, Norma de la Peña, retired teacher here, watching the International Latino Book Awards. Hope you enjoy them. Bye.
Felicidades. Congratulations, everybody.
Saludos a todos.
Congratulations to all the winners.
Hello, my name is Alina Gonzalez, screenwriter and former award-winning author for the International Latino Book Awards. It is with great pleasure and honor to introduce your entertainment for this event, a good friend of mine, Rick Najera.
Hi, I'm Rick Najera. I am so proud to be here at the 22nd Annual Latino International Book Awards. Wow, what an honor. You know, when Kirk Whistler called me up, he said, "Hey, Rick, would you do it?" And I said, "Kirk, of course. I would join this evening because I was once an award winner myself. I got an award from the International Latino Book Awards, and I got to tell you, it changed my career. I mean, it was pretty good. Once I got the award, I invested my money wisely and was able to buy a little circle light that I can now perform for you. I'm going to try to do something and just talk about my life and in this virtual world that we're in. I'm wearing a tuxedo right now just because you don't have to. I'm treating this very seriously. Now, first of all, I'm very proud to be Latino. I mean, not that I did all that much to do it. It was a Cinco de Mayo party, got out of hand. My parents got together and bam, here I am. I'm Latino, and Latinos, we come in all sizes, shapes, and colors, mostly large size because black beans and rice didn't miss our people, and also we fry everything. In fact, the Puerto Ricans even fry things more than us Mexicans. You know, they have a thing called a bacalito. It's salted, dried codfish, deep fried in batter. It is a heart attack on a stick. It's amazing. Our food is beautiful. Our people are beautiful. Everything about what Latino is, because Latinos are the solution. They're never the problem. And that's why I'm here to support the Latino International Book Awards, the 22nd Annual Latino International Book Awards. And you're going to see such hosts as Edward James Olmos, our MC. Edward James Olmos, I mean, come on, he's like the godfather of Latinos. I mean, he's godfather of my own children. I mean, the man's huge. She's a giant. You're going to see people like that. You presenters presenting books because you know why? We love books. You know, we love being Latino. We love our culture. We know that Latinos are the solution, never the problem. And even though nowadays, 2020 has not been a good year for us Latinos, the last 3 years haven't been all that great, it's tough. I mean, I'm looking outside. Skies are red, fires everywhere. I mean, I'm just waiting for Godzilla to walk down Hollywood Boulevard to realize it's the end of the world. Well, people say, "Rick, can it get worse?" Well, yeah, it can, and we'll tell you. But here is the lining, the golden lining in all this. It was during a pandemic when Shakespeare wrote King Lear. During pandemics, during times like COVID where we have to socially distance ourselves, which is tough for Latinos. We like to hug, abrazos and all that. But Lear was written during this time. Newton discovered some of his greatest theories during a pandemic. So pandemics give us a chance to kind of look at our lives, wonder what we want to do, what we're going to do. And writers have used this chance to write new material and new books and new stories for all of us. That's why we honor them. We honor all those writers. I mean, first of all, when I started out writing, I didn't know even to write. I knew to write the truth. And my first joke was this. I told my mom, "Hey, Mom, I'm going to go down the street to play with the Mexican kids." And she said, "You're Mexican. You can stay home and play with yourself." But I got bored with that and was worried about going blind. So, I mean, that was the first joke I did, basically. But it was all true. Down the street was a Mexican family, the Vargases, and up the street was another family, the Ochoas. Two Latino families in a place called La Mesa. Very boring kind of name, La Mesa. It just means the table. And the other next to us was El Cajon, which means the box. And then there was Chula Vista, which means the pretty view. So basically, the Spanish missionaries in San Diego had just very little imagination. So there I was. But you know something? That kid down the street is Juan Vargas. He's a congressman right now in Congress. And the other family up the street was the Ochoas, and their daughter was Elena Ochoa, the first Mexican-American astronaut. An astronaut, a congressman, and me, a writer, all growing up a few miles from each other. That's the stories we're not hearing out nowadays. And we want to tell these stories. And this is why the Latino International Book Awards are so important for all of us to see. It is about our culture. It is our stories, and our stories need to be told. Like I say in Latino Thought Makers, Latinos are the solutions. They're never the problem. And this is what we're doing today. We're honoring those Latinos that are excellent in their field, in the field of writing. These books, these stories, told by all of us. Now, first of all, not every single Latino is Mexican. I tell people that. There's different kind of Mexicans, Puerto Rican Mexicans, Cuban Mexicans, Dominican Mexicans. The point is this: we come in every size, shape, and color. We come in every international locality. You see us as we are. People that have come to this country, or in some cases, the country came to us, because as Luis Valdez so well said, he didn't cross the border crossed him, and that's so true. But we've come to this country to join this great experiment of what America is, to make our stories told, to join the people around us and to see life as it is, and to tell those stories. You know, when I got my award, I was so happy and pleased. But you know who was happy and pleased? My mother. She had tears in her eyes, crying, just so proud of me. And there she was, mijo, I'm so proud of you. She really didn't speak with an accent, but I'm adding that just for dramatic effect. She was proud. And I know my kids are proud. They were proud too. And also, my kids speak Spanish even better than me. My Spanish, I gotta tell you, is really horrible. I confess that now. I was on an airplane once, and I don't tell this story too often. I was on an airplane once, and there was the stewardess who comes up to me. She goes, please, Mr. Najera, there's a Mexican man having medical difficulties. We need you to translate using your best Spanish possible. I didn't know what to do. So I go to him. There's the Mexican man there. He's saying things in Spanish I didn't get. Yo soy diabético, ayúdame, yo soy diabético. I didn't know what he thought was saying. I was terrified. And the stewardess was freaking out. She says, please, Mr. Najera, translate using your best Spanish possible. So using my best Spanish possible, I look at the man and I say, you are going to die. Muerta. No más aquí. Sigue la luz blanco. But the point is, we landed. He was okay. And I learned a lesson that I need to work on my Spanish. And I swore that day I would. And in fact, I enrolled my kids into a Spanish immersion school. Spanish immersion, where all my kids learn Spanish. And it's kind of like basically waterboarding. It's like agua, agua, agua. Different words. Sure, they're angry, but you know something? They'll thank me later, because they all speak beautiful Spanish, much better than mine. You know, there's cultural differences between all of us, and I understand that. In fact, myself, there's a cultural difference between my own family. My wife, Susie, is very light. She's güera, as we call it. I'm called a güero. Güero just means, for those who don't speak Spanish, tall, good-looking Latino male. But my wife decides one day to give me a chance to go out and experience the Latino culture. So she wakes me up early in the morning, like 6 in the morning. The kids are up. She's like, Rick, we're going to go out and do something really fun. It's going to be so much fun. Oh my God, it's going to be fun. So I said, sure. I get in the car, and she drives, and I wake up in the middle of a strawberry field in Oxnard. I look around, and I'm thinking, okay, what are we doing here? And she goes, this is what we're going to do. It's going to be so much fun. I go, what is it? It's, you go, and we pick strawberries all day long, and then we take them back and pay for them. It's called a you pick 'em field. You pick 'em. Cultural differences. I thought to myself, who would take a Mexican to the middle of a strawberry field to pick strawberries and pay for it? There was a black guy next to me going, if I see cotton, I'm going to kill someone. It was not a great experience. But those cultural differences is where my comedy comes from. It's where my life comes from. And I think we're all more similar than apart and more diverse together. But the differences is where the comedy lies. And that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about writers getting awards in children's books, from dramatic awards to international awards to all the awards we can give, because we should heap awards on writers. They live a lonely, miserable life, working in coffee shops, in their garage, writing all night long, not knowing if anyone's even going to enjoy it or if anyone's even going to read it. You're right, because you have to tell your story. And that's what writers do. And that's what's going to happen tonight. We're going to honor those writers. They're going to tell their stories. And I hope you get the books. And I hope you keep following the Latino International Book Awards. Just keep tuning into latinointernationalbookawards.org and you see the show. So right now I'm telling you to go tell your friends to Twitter it out, FaceTime it, Facebook it, do whatever it is. But get everyone to watch this show. It's going to be fun. And I'm Rick Najera, and I got to tell you, congratulations to all the writers. And welcome to the 26th Annual Latino International Book Awards. Thank you. Oh yeah, I'm in my garage, tuxedo. There's big cases of Purell and toilet paper, and of course, 50-gallon things of mayonnaise from Costco. I don't know how that happened, but I'm telling you, keep watching.
Rick, that performance was amazing. You always make us think. I'm so glad to be here with you today. Sit back and enjoy. We have a wonderful event for you. Empowering Latino Futures operates with a very small-sized staff and a huge number of volunteers. I'd like to introduce Julia Barantes, one of our over 350 volunteers, to speak about the importance of the census. Julia?
Why should the 2020 census matter to you? Challenges like the pandemic and resulting economic recession call for careful emergency planning, identifying and protecting those most at risk, and providing the necessary resources to weather the storm. This starts with accurate census data and the federal funds for emergency response, economic stimulus, and health resources guided by this data. Given the disproportionate impact of COVID-19 on Latinos and the historical undercount of our community in the census, it is more important than ever that the Hispanic community be counted in the 2020 census. Time is running out. Please respond by September 30th, 2020 by visiting my2020census.gov, by calling 844-330-2020, or simply by mailing back your form. Thank you. Stay safe.
I know many of you watching today have been to one of our 68 Latino Book and Family Festivals that we've held so far around the United States, read a Latino newspaper or magazine, or watched a great play like Zoot Suit. Our next presenter, artist Ignacio Gomez, created all the logos for our book festivals, created the original logo for the National Association of Hispanic Publications, and created the famous Zoot Suit image. When we changed our name from Latino Literacy Now to Empowering Latino Futures, we needed a new logo. We, of course, turned to Ignacio.
It's an honor to be here again with you today, even though it's virtual. I appreciate and sincerely, over the 40 years of working together, even though I'm in the middle of creating 12 life-size statues, I could not say no to this request. I am honored to now unveil the new Empowering Latino Futures logo. Thank you.
This is a key election year, and we have an important message from writer and producer Nancy de los Santos on the importance of registering and voting.
As a citizen of this country, we all have the great gift and the great responsibility of voting. Please, everyone who is registered to vote, please do vote in this year's election. 2020 is going to be an incredible election year, and every vote is going to be important. I am so proud to say that since I turned 18 years old, I have voted in every single election in whatever city I was in, be it alderman in Chicago or council member in Los Angeles, president in every state I've ever lived. I voted in every single election. I love putting that I voted sticker on my shirt and letting everybody know that I used my voice and I gave my opinion. This election will be like no other in our collective history or in the history of our country. Make your voice heard. Make your vote count. Please do get out and vote. Your vote is your voice, and it can make a difference. Don't throw this beautiful gift away. Do not do that. Get out and vote, and do it early. Thank you very much.
I'd like to now introduce Lisa Montes, who as an Empowering Latino Futures board member has provided key insights to how we operate and brought in key community partners. Lisa, I'm so glad to be working with you.
I'm Lisa Montes, Empowering Latino Futures board member. Empowering Latino Futures was founded in 1997 by Kirk Whistler and Edward James Olmos. It's a 501c3 nonprofit and has 4 divisions of programs. The first is Empowering Authors. Our signature program here is the Book Awards. We also have ISLA, the International Society of Latino Authors, which promotes training and advocacy. We also have the Latino Books into Movies Awards, which promotes Latino entertainment content. And we also have the Latino Award-winning Author Tour. Our second division would be Empowering Communities. Our signature programs here are the Latino Book and Family Festivals. And so far, we've had 68 festivals throughout the United States. And we also have the Education Begins in the Home program, which provides free books to underserved youth. And so far, Education Begins in the Home has provided 135,000 books to youth. We also have Empowering Education, which would be our third division of programs. And our signature program here is Empowering Students and our scholarship directory. And so far, our scholarship directory has been given out to 182,000 students. We also have, which would be our fourth division, Empowering Content. The Latino Reads podcast is our signature program here. Empowering Latino Futures sincerely appreciates the over 350 volunteers which drive so many of our programs. Over 1 million of people have participated in one or more of our programs. For more on Empowering Latino Futures, go to www.empoweringlatinofutures.org to read our year in review. Thank you and enjoy the awards.
There's an old saying, if you want to get something done, ask a busy person. And that certainly applies to Edward Becerra. I met Edward when his program, Education Begins in the Home, became a part of Empowering Latino Futures. He's now an ELF board member and someone who doesn't know how to say no.
The vast majority of the monies Empowering Latino Futures spends on its programs is from revenues earned from the programs or is contributed by our various business, educational, and community partners. These include major sponsors like Los Angeles City College, California State University San Bernardino, Las Comadres para las Américas, Los Angeles Community College District, Macmillan Publishers, Miracosta College, and Vet Art. Other partners include ARP, MAC, Martín Valdez, Mi Libro Hispano, Quad Air Communications, Reforma, and Route 78 Rotary. Our media partners include organizations that have helped get the word out about our event. They include GAVE, El Aviso, El Perico, Hoy in Delaware, Inlandia Institute, La Mega Media, La Oferta, Life Magazine, Latino Lupic Magazine, Latino Times, LEAD, Lideramos, NBC and Telemundo in San Diego, Negocios Now, and Para Todos. A huge thank you to all of our partners.
When Eddie and I founded what is now Empowering Latino Futures in 1997, we had no idea on how many lives we would touch. It's been amazing. With the awards, we have now honored 3,194 authors from across the USA and around the world with books in English, Spanish, and Portuguese. Latinos in the USA now annually purchase over 750 million in books. Now that's buying power. This year, we are recognizing legends by naming awards after authors who helped us get here. Rudy Anaya, Isabel Allende, Alma Florada, Juan Felipe Herrera, and Victor Villaseñor. A huge thank you to you all. In 2021, we are adding 6 more awards named after legends. The Charlie Erickson Best Book Written by a Youth Award, the Dolores Huerta Best Community Service Book Award, the Hank Lacayo Best Labor Book Award, the Mimi Lozano Best Family History Book Award, the Ambassador Julian Nava Best Educational Themed Book Award, and the Raul Izaguirre Best Political Current Affairs Book Award. Looking forward to it. This year, it took 214 hardworking authors to narrow down all the entries to the great books we are honoring today. These judges glowed about the quality of the books, and you will hear their insights as each book is presented. Anyone who loves to read will find at least a few books they can't resist reading. And finally, for all the books profiled during the award ceremony, they will have earned our world-class award-winning author medal. Congrats to everybody. Let's get on with the ceremony. Thank you.
Now on to the 22nd International Latino Book Awards ceremony.
I'd like to introduce Chair of Empowering Latino Futures, a great actor, great community activist, great director and producer, our MC, and my compadre, Edward James Olmos.
I'm so glad to be with all of you today at this important virtual event. And why important? Because it deals with literacy, the most important aspect of the development of the brain. I want to thank my good friend and neighbor, Rick Najera, for his performance. And thank you, Ignacio Gomez, for creating such a wonderful image for empowering Latino futures. Lisa, thanks for the insights on the various ELF programs. And Edward, we can't do events like this without partners like the ones you shared with us. So thank you, all of you. Today, we'll be sharing insights on award-winning books. And I hope everyone watching finds at least 1 or 2 they want to read. Now, ladies and gentlemen, sit back and enjoy, for the program is about to start. Earlier this summer, we were all saddened by the loss of our padrino of Chicano literature, Rudy Anaya. Here's a brief insight into Rudy.
Here's comments from Rudy Anaya from the 2014 International Latino Book Awards ceremony.
Hola, ¿cómo están en Las Vegas? Aquí está Rodolfo Anaya en Nuevo Mexico, heart of Aztlán, sending congratulations to all the winners of the 16th Annual International Latino Book Awards. Congratulations, felicitaciones, and since I'm a winner too, I'm very proud to be a winner. You know, it hasn't been easy for us Chicanos to get published. When I started back 40 years ago, we had to look everywhere for publishers. Finally, it's the small publishers and the small Chicano publishers that started in the 1960s. We were able to publish. And look at us now, 16th annual, with how many winners? Híjola, we got a lot of Latino writers, no? Bueno, I'm just here to say I appreciate the honor that my novel, The Old Men's Love Story, has won an award. And again, to congratulate all of you. I send you all un abrazo muy fuerte y mucho cariño. Enjoy Las Vegas and share your books with one another. Órale.
I'm honored to present the first Rodolfo Anaya Latino-focused fiction book award, Spanish.
The Rodolfo Anaya Latino-focused fiction book, Spanish award. Contenido Subversive by Daniel Pinilla, Lantilla Publishing Group. The judges said, Una gran historia. Detrás del silencio by Claudia Yelin, Ediciones Simurg. The judges said, Un muy bien libro sobre relaciones familiares. Cantutas Salvajes by Cecilia Granadino, Ediciones Scriba, New York City. The judges said excelentes historias cortas sobre mujeres.
First place goes to Cantutas Salvajes by Cecilia Granadino.
Gracias, Latino Book Award. Gracias, Patricia Schaffer, por confiar en mí y publicarme. Gracias, hijos y nietos queridos tan talentosos que me ayudan tanto. Cromwell Jara, por tus maravillosos talleres de narrativa, gracias. No esperaba ganar este premio, pero lo recibo con mucha alegría. Ustedes me dan alas para seguir volando.
The Rodolfo Anaya Latino-focused fiction book award, English.
The Rodolfo Anaya Latino-focused fiction book, English or bilingual award. Cabañuelas by Norma Elia Cantú, University of New Mexico Press. The judges said, I felt myself transported when I read this book. River of Love by Ame Medina Carr, Homebound Publications. The judges said, beautifully written story of self-reflection and acceptance. Learned so much about Colorado. The Affairs of the Falcons by Melissa Rivero, HarperCollins. The judges said, first sentence had me. The story was so real and well written with all the emotion that surrounds the situation of immigrants.
First place goes to The Affairs of the Falcons by Melissa Rivero. We all know how important libraries are to education and succeeding in life. Our next presenter has been president of the two most important organizations for librarians in the United States of America, Reforma and the American Library Association. Here's Loida Garcia Febo.
Eddie, you're right about the importance of libraries.
I've always been a fan of libraries.
Libraries are essential for development. And we are working towards helping our communities, our Latinos, our Hispanic populations, our brothers and sisters, hermanos y hermanas. So we are developing programs for job seekers, those that want to know more about the health situation, mostly now with the COVID-19 around us all the time. We are helping people to know more about our public education system, our public health system, how to perhaps know more about tenants' rights. So libraries are there. We are providing access to information for people to better their education and to continue their lifelong learning. And part of that are books, are these amazing books and the wonderful winners that we have today. I am honored to present the Mariposa Book Awards for first-time authors.
Best First Book, Children and Youth. Max, ¿Qué hago sin mi tableta? By Rita J. Angelero Sanchez. Publicaciones Nube Mar. The judges said, los niños aprenden que hay que tener tiempo para todo y que una tableta no lo es todo. The Adventures of Mr. Macaw by Leticia Ordaz. Silito Lindo Books. The judges said Mr. Macaw shows us the way to make friends and gives us hope. Un coquí de Boriquén con los Reyes a Belén by Laura Mercado y Armando Valdez, Lilac. The judges said this poetic, colorful book is a good reference between USA and Puerto Rico.
Now on to the awards. Best First Book. Children and Youth. First place goes to Un Coquí de Boriquén by Mercado y Valdés. Best First Book Nonfiction.
Best First Book Nonfiction English. Aventura, Amor y Tacos by Mayra Hernandez. The judges said the idea of being in the middle between two cultures resonates with many Latinos. Separated by William D. Lopez, Johns Hopkins University Press. The judges said, I loved how he wrote the story and painted a picture of how ICE raids are conducted.
English first place goes to Separated, Family and Community in the Aftermath of an Immigration Raid by William D. Lopez.
Thank you for selecting Separated, Family and Community in the Aftermath of an Immigration Raid for the Mariposa Award for Best First Book. I'm honored and thrilled to be included among so many great Latino and Latino writers. Congratulations to all award winners, felicitaciones, and may 2020 bring us much more prolific writing about the people and the stories that we love.
Best First Book, Nonfiction, Spanish first place goes to Las Carreras de mi Vida by Edna Jacqueline Vázquez Núñez.
Hola a todos, yo soy Edna Jacqueline Vázquez Núñez, autora del libro Las Carreras de mi Vida. Es muy grato estar aquí con todos ustedes. Agradezco al equipo Empower Latino Futures por su gran esfuerzo en que todo esto suceda. Gracias por considerarme en tan dicho honor en el International Latino Book Award por medio de mi libro Las Carreras de mi Vida.
And best first book, fiction first place goes to Lot by Brian Washington. I salute all these great books. Congratulations. Felicidades a todos.
Dr. Francisco Rodriguez is the kind of educational leader we need in high places. As Chancellor of the Los Angeles Community College District, largest in the United States of America, he came on board and solved problems. Francisco, I'd love to see you as our next U.S. Secretary of Education with the next administration.
Eddie, thank you for your kind words and for your confidence. Education is indeed the key to succeeding in life.
As we both know, Francisco, the most important position for our community in a new administration in Washington will be the Secretary of Education, and you'd be perfect.
Education has always been the gateway to a brighter future and is so vital to our community. And there's no better accelerator to economic and social mobility than in education. It is by far the best return on investment. And now it's my pleasure to go on to the Young Adult Book Awards category, Part 1. And let me say, congratulations to all the nominees. Thank you for continuing to inspire us, to inform us, and yes, to challenge us. Keep writing and let your voices be heard. So let me now announce the Young Adult Latino-focused book category.
Young Adult Book Awards. Best Young Adult Latino-focused book. Nuestra Historia by Raquel Benatar, Laredo Publishing Company. The judges said, great reading for young adults.
I want to thank the Empowering Latino Futures team for this meaningful award that will inspire my Latino readers to pursue their dreams. Alma Florada and Isabel Campoy for their encouragement and the book introduction. Ruth Araceli for her great visuals. And last but not least, Laredo Publishing. Gracias. Thank you all.
In the Young Adult Fiction Book English category.
Best Young Adult Fiction Book English. Barely Missing Everything by Matt Mendez, Simon & Schuster. The judges said the themes explored would make an especially timely movie. Color Me In by Natasha Diaz, Random House Children's Books. The judges said a story needed in young adult fiction that deals with biracial and bicultural family life. Soaring Earth by Margarita Engel, Simon & Schuster. The judges said Engel's memoir in verse is beautifully written and captivates from the first page. Superman by Matt de la Peña, Random House Children's Books. The judges said well written and kept this reader engaged via plot, dialogue, and themes of racism. The Everything I Have Lost by Silvia Celini, Cinco Puntos Press. The judges said a border story in every sense of the word. The Universal Laws of Marco by Carmen Rodriguez, Simon & Schuster. The judges said this was an enjoyable story. With the Star in My Hand by Margarita Engel, Simon & Schuster. The judges said beautiful and creative to write the story in verse.
The first place award goes to Color Me In by Natasha Diaz. In the Young Adult Fiction Book Spanish category,
Best Young Adult Fiction Book Spanish. El Paracaidista Infantil by Luis Jalín, Pinar Publisher. The judges said, amé las referencias culturales. El Silencio de la Rana by Miguel Sandín, Editorial Casals. The judges said, excelente libro con un aspecto histórico que atrae. Mara Turing by Javi Padilla, Lantia Publishing Group. The judges said, una historia que mis estudiantes disfrutarían.
the first place award goes to Mara Turing by Javi Padilla.
Bueno, muchísimas gracias al jurado por haber seleccionado El despertar de los hackers. A los que somos pequeñitos y estamos intentando sacar la cabeza, pues todos los reconocimientos nos vienen bien, pero cuando encima, oye, pues te premian de los Latino Book Awards, es como si, bueno, te diera un subidón de energía importante, ¿no? Querría agradecer a Editorial Samarcanda por todo el apoyo que nos da, por cómo, bueno, mueve el libro para que esté en otros mercados. Salimos pronto en el mercado anglosajón, pero bueno, al final nunca olvidaremos que el primer, digamos, gran premio que ha tenido la saga de Mara Turing ha sido los Latino Book Awards, ¿vale? Así que muchísimas gracias y, bueno, nos vemos en las librerías, ¿vale? Hasta luego.
In the Young Adult Nonfiction Book category,
Best Young Adult Nonfiction Book, Salitral by Sara León. The judges said, amé todo de esta historia. The Drama of Being a Teen by Shira Nicole Smith, Life Publishing. The judges said, interesting, very well done. Voces Sin Fronteras, forward by Meg Medina, Shout Moose Press. The judges said, love the own voices, author comics, and write-ups. Make it a movie.
the first place award goes to Voces Sin Fronteras, forward by Meg Medina. Thank you all, and congratulations to all the nominees and to Kirk Whistler and all the folks involved with this amazing and fantastic award ceremony. Keep writing.
Josefina Lopez is someone I admire for her smashing down walls and her desire to see changes within our society. She's a true role model to many. Here's award-winning playwright, screenwriter, and author, Josefina Lopez.
Thank you, Eddie. Thank you so much. As an activist, as a founding artistic director of Casa 0101 Theater, I have worked all of my life to represent Latinos on stage, on screen, and print. I have nurtured Latina writers and Latino writers because I have always believed that our stories matter. We matter. Especially right now, writers matter because writers tell the truth. They hold up a mirror to society and they tell the truth, and that's why we're celebrating them today. So it's important to be counted on in every which way possible because our community is so important. So we must be counted in the census. So make sure to be counted. Now, it is with great honor that I present the first set of fiction awards.
Best Popular Fiction, Afterlife by Julia Alvarez, Algonquin Books of Chapel Hill. The judges said, good plot, well-written book. Coney Island Siren by Teresa Varela, Poland Press Publishing. The judges said strong, entertaining. La Sirena de Diamantes by Roberto Gil de Mares, Grupo Editorial Cial Pigmalión. The judges said excelente historia y escritura. Los hijos de la diosa Huracán by Daina Chaviano, Penguin Random House Grupo Editorial. The judges said este libro es cautivador desde principio a fin.
Popular fiction first place goes to Los hijos de la diosa Huracán by Daina Chaviano.
Muchas gracias al jurado del certamen Latino Book Awards por este galardón a mi novela Los hijos de la diosa Huracán en la categoría Mejor Ficción Popular en Español. Gracias también a los patrocinadores de este premio, a mi editorial Grijalbo Random House, a mi editora Ana Liaraz, a mi agencia literaria y a mi agente Maru de Montserrat. Todos ellos han contribuido para que este thriller histórico llegara a sus manos. Les agradezco de todo corazón.
Adventure or drama, English.
Best Novel, Adventure or Drama, English. After Hours in Aztlán by Rudy J. Miera, Floricanto Press. The judges said the author beautifully shares the lives of students and their journey to adulthood as activists in the 1970s. Flamenco in the Time of Moonshine and Mobsters by David C. Edmonds, St. Petersburg Press. The judges said, I enjoyed the book very much. By the end, I felt like I'd been on a big adventure. Side Chick Nation by Aya de Leon, Kensington Publishing Corp. The judges said, a great novel which focuses on strong-willed women participating in crime heists.
First place goes to Side Chick Nation by Aya de Leon.
This is Aya de Leon, author of Side Chick Nation, the first novel published about Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico, and I'd like to thank the International Latino Book Awards, all my readers, reviewers, my editorial and agenting team, and above all, the fierce spirit of the people of Puerto Rico.
Adventure or drama, Spanish.
Best Novel, Adventure or Drama, Spanish. El Oculista de Tombuctú by Bernard Christensen, Libros del Atelier. The judges said, la era y la historia son fascinantes. La Rebelión de la Chora by Eduardo Labarca, Editorial Catalonia. The judges said, un libro muy buen escrito y entretenido de leer. Los hijos de la diosa Huracán by Daina Chaviano, Penguin Random House Grupo Editorial. The judges said, es un libro impecable. Las misteriosas historias hacen que quieres saber más y más.
First place goes to Los hijos de la diosa Huracán by Daina Chaviano.
Muchas gracias al jurado del certamen Latino Book Awards por este galardón a mi novela Los hijos de la diosa Huracán en la categoría Mejor Ficción Popular en Español. Gracias también a los patrocinadores de este premio, a mi editorial Grijalbo Random House, a mi editora Ana Liaraz, a mi agencia literaria y a mi agente Maru de Montserrat. Todos ellos han contribuido para que este thriller histórico llegara a sus manos. Les agradezco de todo corazón.
Historical fiction, English.
Best Novel, Historical Fiction, English. Guarding the Heaven by Pedro Chavez. Megatrato Books. The judges said this story is quite appropriate given some of today's current environmental controversies. The Air You Breathe by Francis de Pontes Peebles, Riverhead Books. The judges said besides the history of the samba, the work provides an illustration of the fall of the old plantation system.
First place goes to The Air You Breathe by Francis de Pontes Peebles. Yay! Thank you, Empowering Latino Futures.
Frank Cruz, my dear friend for many, many years, has played many key roles within entertainment in the United States of America. From his first as a reporter and anchor, the first Latino to chair the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, to serving with me at Latino Public Broadcasting. He's also an award-winning author, I welcome my friend, Frank Cruz.
Thanks, Eddie, and it's a pleasure to be with you today. But before I get into the winners of my category, the Nonfiction Book Awards, I'd like to mention a couple of key items. Number one has to do with the 2020 census. Make sure you register and participate. And the second item has to do with the upcoming election. Make sure that you and all of your friends and relatives register to vote. It's important. Please drum up as much attention as you can for the upcoming election. Many say that this may be the most crucial election, at least in modern history. Now on to the first part of the Nonfiction Book Awards.
Best Business Book. Differences That Make a Difference by Pedro David Espinosa and Jorge Luis Tittinger. The judges said this book feels like a huge panel where you can learn from different people. Dream Chaser by Ralph Rivera, Terramax Entertainment. The judges said the use of photographs is what really pulls attention to this book. El Desafío de los Tiempos Modernos by Rolando González Baez, Snow Fountain Press. The judges said, un libro muy bien escrito que se disfruta leer. Private Money Lending by Gustavo J. Gomez, Halo Publishing International. The judges said, a must-read for entrepreneurs.
First place in the business book category goes to Differences That Make a Difference by Pedro David Espinosa.
Thank you to the International Book Awards. This is Pedro David Espinosa. I am the co-author of Differences That Make a Difference with Jorge Tittinger. Thank you so much to all the readers, to Pat Gelsinger and Anita Sands.
The next category, Arts Book.
Best Arts Book. Chiribiquete by Carlos Castaño Uribe, Villegas Editores. The judges said, increíble libro con una gran escritura y fotos maravillosas. La Raza, curated by Luis C. Garza and Amy Scott, edited by Colin Gunkel, UCLA Chicano Studies Research Center. The judges said, timely because of 50th anniversary of Chicano moratorium and today's Black Lives Matter. On the Path of Marigolds by Anne Murdy, George F. Thompson Publishing. The judges said, beautiful photos that capture unique traditions. The Art of Mariachi by Rachel Yvonne Cruz, Reconocimientos Press. The judges said, nice curriculum guide for mariachi school teachers.
And the first place winner goes to La Raza, curated by Luis Garza and Amy Scott.
Uncle, on behalf of the entire La Raza team, I'm super excited to accept the award for Best Arts Book. I'd like to thank everyone at the UCLA Chicano Studies Research Center that made this possible, Managing Editor Rebecca Frazier, Director Chol Noriega, everyone at the Autry Museum of the American West, curators Luis Garza and Amy Scott, and especially all the original contributors, editors, photographers of La Raza magazine that made this possible. We hope you've done you proud, and it was an honor and a privilege to work on this project.
The third category, the gift books.
Best Gift Book. Recipes of My 15 Grandmothers by Jeannie Milgrom, Heffen Publishing House. The judges said years of research and travel went into this book.
First place goes to Recipes of My 15 Grandmothers by Connie Milligram.
It is such an incredible honor to be here today. I want to thank the organization for the Latino Author Book Awards. I know that they are an incredible inspiration to so many, and especially thanking for my book, The Recipes of My 15 Grandmothers, that is a tribute to my grandmothers from Spain and the many generations of ancestors that contributed their recipes. Thank you so much.
And the final category, the cookbook category.
Best Cookbook. Don't Count the Tortillas by Adán Medrano, Texas Tech University Press. The judges said, excellent book, well-researched with lots of Texas history and culinary cooking.
First place goes to Don't Count the Tortillas, The Art of Texas Mexican Cooking by Adán Medrano. Congratulations to all of the winners. I know how proud you must feel. I am a past recipient myself, and I know how exciting and exhilarating that can be. Congratulations to all four of the winners.
I'm proud to present Jan Correa, CEO of the California Association for Bilingual Education. Jan, I enjoyed being at the CABE conference last year. It's a pleasure to present you.
Thanks so much, Eddie. It's great to see you again. At CABE, we love our partnerships with Empowering Latino Futures. Today, I'm honored to present the first set of Children's Book Awards. Children's books, especially those that are bilingual, are key to building a solid educational future for our youth. Early on, as we infuse the love of reading into our children, we can see that they can become lifelong readers, and parents certainly play a key role in that. CABE is especially proud of the following authors whose publications in Spanish and English encourage and embrace the joy and pride of being bilingual and celebrate the beauty and richness of our Latino culture and traditions. So now, on to the awards. For Children's Fiction Picture Book, Bilingual.
Best Children's Fiction Picture Book, Bilingual. Sing With Me by Jose Luis Orozco, Scholastic Press. The judges said, classic songs that promote biculturalism. The Adventures of Mr. Macaw by Leticia Ordaz, Cielito Lindo Books. The judges said, beautiful illustrations. Wamagis, United States of America by Marta Villegas. The judges said, lovely message and story.
First place goes to Sing With Me by our dear friend, Jose Luis Orozco.
Hello, my friends. This is Jose Luis Orozco. I would like to thank the Latino International Book Award for the special recognition given to my bilingual children's book, Sing With Me, Canta Conmigo, illustrated by Sara Palacios and published by Scholastic. La cultura cura y la lectura también.
For Children's Fiction Picture Book, English.
Best Children's Fiction Picture Book, English. A New Home by Tania de Regil, Candlewick Press. The judges said, wonderfully written book which highlights children's similarities, not their differences. Accordingly, Abuelo and Opa Make Music by Michael Genhart, Imagination Press. The judges said, a great read-aloud that has lots of kid appeal. Child's Play by R.J. Peralta, Cuento de Luz. The judges said, nicely detailed illustrations. Rita and Ralph's Rotten Day by Carmen Argadidi, Scholastic Press. The judges said, a solid picture book and a fun read-aloud.
First place goes to A New Home by Tania de Regil. For Children's Fiction Picture Book, Español.
Best Children's Fiction Picture Book, Spanish. Abracadabra by Marta Comín, Editorial Casals. The judges said, un libro hermoso, lleno de color y magia, que los niños disfrutarán leer. El Día Mágico de Mindfulness by Deborah Salazar Shapiro, Degas Publishing. The judges said, padres y maestros estarán en busca de estos textos. Hija by Ariel Andrés Almada, Cuento de Luz. The judges said, hermosas ilustraciones que hacen que las palabras en el libro cobren vida. Nina y el País de los Lazos de Celofán by Gabriela Lardies, Lantia Publishing Group. The judges said, un cuento que ayudará a los niños a tener confianza en sí mismos y a ser felices.
First place goes to Abracadabra by Marta Comín.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Soy Marta Comín, autora de Abracadabra, editado por Comer en 2019. Quiero dar las gracias al International Book Awards por esta nominación que ha sido toda una sorpresa. Y por supuesto a los lectores que están disfrutando del libro y a la editorial que ha hecho un trabajo de edición magnífico con los que trabajar es un gustazo para mí. Muchas gracias, buena gana.
For Children's Nonfiction Picture Book.
Best Children's Nonfiction Picture Book. Be Bold, Be Brave by Naibi Reynoso, Con Todo Press. The judges said, excellent stories of 11 Latino role models in a brilliant bilingual presentation. Dancing Hands by Margarita Engel, Simon & Schuster. The judges said, excellent and brilliant illustrations with a deep message and harmonious verses. Tiny Travelers by Stephen Wolf-Peria and Susie Jaramillo, Encantos Media Studios. The judges said, great book for Latinx little ones to be proud of their culture and share that with others.
First place goes to Tiny Travelers, Mexico Treasure Quest by Pereya y Jaramillo. And finally, Educational Children's Picture Book, Bilingual.
Best Educational Children's Picture Book, Bilingual. Cerca, Close, by Juan Felipe Herrera, Candlewick Press. The judges said, good concept book for the preschool age child. Countdown to the Last Tortilla, by Maria de la Luz Reyes, La Luz Books. The judges said, families and teachers will enjoy sharing the history of the flour sack dresses and doing the author-suggested classroom activities. Home, Casa, by Sandra Elaine Scott. Vision Your Dreams. The judges said, illustrations are vibrant, a great read aloud. Lejos, Far, by Juan Felipe Herrera, Candlewick Press. The judges said, good concept book for preschool-age children. Mei Ling en la Ciudad China, by Icy Smith, East-West Discovery Press. The judges said, well written for young readers.
First place goes to Countdown to the Last Tortilla, by Maria de la Luz Reyes.
My name is Maria de la Luz Reyes. I'm a finalist in 2 categories of children's books. I'd like to say thank you, muchas gracias, to the International Latino Book Awards, to Kirk Whistler and his staff, and to the many judges that reviewed the books. Thank you for this opportunity.
Felicidades a todos. Congratulations to all. Muchas gracias.
Our next presenter heads one of the most important efforts to preserve our arts and culture. Here's Eduardo Diaz, director of the Smithsonian Latino Center. I want to be one of the first to go to that museum when it opens finally, Eduardo, and thank you for everything you do.
Tocayo, it's going to be a few years before that happens. In the meantime, we're planning to open the Molina Family Latino Gallery at the National Museum of American History on the National Mall in 2022, and we certainly would welcome everyone listening and viewing this program to come to DC and join us at the gallery. I'm honored to present the themed awards, Part 1. For the category of academic themed book,
Best Academic Themed Book, America as Seen on TV, by Clara E. Rodriguez, New York University Press. The judges say, a very important topic. Galdos, 100 años después, y en la presente, by Victor Fuentes, Visor Libros. The judges say, good homage to Benito Galdos. La Raza, curated by Luis C. Garza and Amy Scott. Edited by Colin Gunkel, UCLA Chicano Studies Research Center. The judges say, what a beauty of book. The photography is riveting. The Chicano Education Pipeline, edited by Michaela J. L. Mares Tamayo and Daniel G. Solozano, UCLA Chicano Studies Research Center. The judges say this book is an interesting proposal on the diverse visions of education for Chicanos. The Chicano Studies Reader, edited by Chon Noriega, UCLA Chicano Research Center. The judges say a book of highly relevant and current studies.
first place goes to La Raza by Luis C. Garza and Amy Scott.
Gunkel, and on behalf of the entire La Raza team, I'm delighted to accept the award for Best Academic Themed Book. I'd like to thank everyone at the UCLA Chicano Studies Research Center that made this possible, Managing Editor Rebecca Frazier, Director Chon Noriega, everyone at the Autry Museum of the American West, curators Luis Garza and Amy Scott, and especially, and in particular, all the writers, contributors, and photographers of the original La Raza magazine that made this possible. It's a wonderful exhibition, it's a fantastic book, and it was an honor and a privilege to be part of it. Thank you.
For community service themed book,
Best Community Service Themed Book. Tu Salud, en pos de tu bienestar, by Johanna Corrales Torres, Villegas Editores. The judges said, un libro con información relevante y analizada.
the first place goes to Tu Salud, en pos de tu bienestar by Johanna Corrales Torres. For play, or collection of plays,
Best Play or Collection of Plays. Brujas Brujas by Carolina Ramos Fernández, Lantia Publishing Group. The judges said, excelente historia que puedo visualizar como una animación para la televisión. Teatro de Inmigrantes en los Estados Unidos by Edward Cabrera. The judges said, plantea el tema de inmigración y discriminación.
first place goes to Brujas by Carolina Ramos Fernández.
Hola, Me llamo Carolina Ramos Fernández y soy la autora de Brujas, la obra que ha quedado finalista en la categoría de teatro. Quisiera agradecerles esta distinción porque con ello se premia a la labor de quienes todavía seguimos creyendo que el teatro infantil es necesario. Gracias.
Best Book About Military Service. Fuerza Aérea Colombiana, 100 años by Benjamín Villegas, Villegas Editores. The judges said Historia de la Fuerza Aérea Colombiana muy detallada. Las fotos son impresionantes. Soldados, Ejército Nacional de Colombia 200 años by Mauricio Vélez, Villegas Editores. The judges said las fotos de los soldados son asombrosas.
Well, that goes to Fuerza Aérea Colombiana, 100 años, by Benjamín Villegas. It's been my pleasure to be here with you. Mil gracias. Thank you so much.
Now I'd like to introduce Nora de Hoyos Comstock with Las Comadres para las Américas. Nora founded one of the largest organizations of Latinas in the United States of America. Nora also serves as the author VP for Empowering Latino Futures. Here's Nora.
Eddie, great to see you again. I'd like to take this time to remind us that right now, it's essential that all our communities be counted in the census.
We need everyone to reach out to at least 3 neighbors and make sure they have participated in the census. Very important.
Las Comadres para las Américas also created a book club 14 years ago to entice everyone to read more Latino authors, to learn about our roots and different perspectives on Latino cultures and heritage. Everyone is welcome. To learn more, visit latinolit.com. Now on to the ebook and audiobook awards.
Best ebook. Cómo desaparecer una ballena by Anne Goffin, Libros de Marquez. The judges said the theme is very strong. Lilian Gonzalez and the Magic Guitar by Philip Victor Colon, Aerosol Press. The judges said beautiful artwork and a very nice story. River of Love by Amy Medina Carr, Homebound Publications. The judges said the book captivated my attention and the story was very interesting. South Korea by Dr. John Gonzalez and Young Lee. The judges said good writing and presentation.
Best ebook, first place goes to River of Love by Amy Medina Carr. Congratulations.
I'm Amy Medina Carr, author of River of Love. Mil gracias to the International Latino Book Awards and judges for 2 nominations, the Rudolfo Anaya Latino-focused fiction book and also Best ebook. I'm truly honored.
Best audiobook.
Best audiobook. La Aldea by Diane Ospina, Click Arte. The judges said outstanding narrator. South Korea by Dr. John Gonzalez and Young Lee. The judges said good presentation of the cost of progress South Korea has paid.
First place goes to South Korea, The Price of Efficiency and Success by Dr. John Gonzalez and Yon Lee.
Hello, my name is John Gonzalez. I am one of the authors of the book South Korea, The Price of Efficiency and Success. I would like to thank the Latino Literacy Now staff and the judges of this year's International Latino Book Awards. It is an honor for us to receive this award, which will enable us to reach a wider audience. Thank you.
Congratulations to you both, and thank you to everyone for joining us to celebrate our authors.
Juan Felipe Herrera, as author of more than 20 books, opened many minds to a new way of viewing things. In 2015, he became the first Latino to serve as United States Poet Laureate, a major honor. We're proud to unveil the new Juan Felipe Herrera Best Poetry Book Award.
Well, hello everyone. I'm Juan Felipe Herrera, former Poet Laureate of the United States, and I'm very happy to be here. I really am. This is such a beautiful moment. The Empowering Futures and the International Latino Book Awards It's something we never really fully dreamed of back in the late 60s when I started with poetry and inside the civil rights movement and the Chicano movimiento and writing poetry. So this is a dream come true for all of us. I appreciate everyone, all those that founded this project and festival, and all the writers and the teachers, activists, and the staff and the organizers and coordinators, so many people. So thank you so much, and thank you for being great writers and creative human beings, which is what we need in this world right now, ahorita mismo. So les doy las gracias a todos ustedes. I'd like to give a few mentions. The children's book, children's and youth poetry book, first place. It's so nice to have children's books, most important.
Best Children's and Youth Poetry Book. Baby's Nurse by Phoebe Fox, Platypus Media. The judges said, very well written book about how mammals feed their young. Dancing Fruit, Singing Rivers by Jose Chavez, WPR Books. The judges said, the illustrations stand out and the family is a central theme. Very rhythmic too. They Call Me Güero by David Bowles, Cinco Puntos Press. The judges said, well-executed verses, ingenious writing, good use of figures of speech.
And it goes to Baby's Nurse by Phoebe Fox. So mucho aplauso, muchas felicidades, and great congratulations.
Congratulations to all the nominees and winners of the Latino Book Awards. It's such an honor to have Baby's Nurse, Así se alimentan los bebés, be chosen for the category of children's poetry. This book would not have happened without the amazing talent of my father-in-law and illustrator, Jim Fox, the support of our publisher, Platypus Media, and my wonderful, loving, supportive family. Thank you all so much for the opportunity to share this book with children and their families.
And we also have a poetry anthology.
Best Poetry Anthology Book. Hipótesis del Sueño by Miguel Falquez Certain, Nueva York Poetry Press. The judges said, these very sensuous prose poems shine with originality. Pájaros de Sombra by Andrea Cote, Vaso Roto Ediciones. The judges said, this is the best poetry anthology I have read in a long time. Sumario de los Ciegos by Francisco Trejo, Nueva York Poetry Press. The judges said, strong imagery, pleasure to read.
Book first place. Imagine that. First place for a poetry book anthology. Pájaros de Sombra by Andrea Cote or Cote.
Hola amigos, mi nombre es Andrea Cote, soy colombiana y estoy muy emocionada de hacer parte de los International Latino Book Award 2020. Los invito a leer Pájaros de Sombra, el libro nominado a Mejor Antología Poética.
And thank you so much for what's coming up, the Juan Felipe Herrera Poetry Book Award. I hope you did really good. And we actually have it. Thank you from me and from my familia, from my parents and my ancestors, and from all of us for this award, for everyone.
The Juan Felipe Herrera Poetry Book, One Author, English Award. Dearest Papa by Thelma T. Reina, Golden Foothills Press. The judges said, I would recommend this to those dealing with grief of a close family member. Hermosa by Jessica Salgado, Not a Cult. The judges said a great collection of poetry addressing the life of a Latina, parenting, relationships, sex, and love. How to Pull Apart the Earth by Carla Cordero, Not a Cult. The judges said enjoyed the connection to current events through poetry. Intergalactic Travels by Alan Pelaez Lopez, The Operating System. The judges said the use of images within the poems made the book more relatable and interesting to read. Meditación Fronteriza by Norma Elia Cantú, the University of Arizona Press. The judges said the borderlands are used in describing experiences and connections to ancestors. Wonderful Wasteland and Other Natural Disasters by Elidio La Torre Lagares, University Press of Kentucky. The judges said dark yet heartfelt, eye-opening visuals.
And it goes to, it's actually one author, English first place, to a book called Hermosa by Jessica Salgado. A big hand for Jessica Salgado and for this anthology.
It is such an honor to be a finalist with so many beautiful writers, especially my pressmate and sister, Carla Cordero. I want to extend my gratitude to our publisher, Not a Cult, to my family, my mother, Los Angeles, and all of my sweet mangoes who make my dreams come true.
And another Juan Felipe Poetry Book Award, which is beautiful and amazing. Muchas gracias once again from my family to all of you, and now to our Spanish and bilingual.
The Juan Felipe Herrera Poetry Book, One Author, Spanish or Bilingual Award. Amores Inéditos by Miguel Ángel Sayas, editorial Sayas. The judges said divertidos poemas de desamor. Ante un cuerpo desnudo by Jeanette I. Clarion, El Reino del Cordelia. The judges said hermosa prosa poética, estilo antiguo. Balamku by Shanath Caraza, Pandora Lobo Estrepario Productions Press. The judges said, este libro me hizo conectar con la naturaleza y la cultura maya. Los versos rascan mi piel by Jorge Luis Seca, editorial Voces de Hoy. The judges said, excelente ritmo en los poemas. Más allá de lo que en mí perdura by Beatriz Ordóñez Mayarino, Villegas Editores. The judges said, hermosos poemas que te hacen sentir emoción.
Goes to Amores Inéditos by Miguel Ángel Sayas.
Soy Miguel Ángel Sayas, de Santa Isabel, Puerto Rico, autor del libro Amores Inéditos, ganador en la categoría Best Poetry Book in Spanish, mejor libro de poesía en español. Agradezco a los jueces y a todos los autores que participaron. Es un honor ser parte de este selecto grupo. A cada uno de mis lectores, gracias por correrse el riesgo de leer poesía.
Y muchas gracias a todos ustedes. Thank you to all for allowing me to be on and for announcing these beautiful awards and for naming one after me and my familia, and actually for all of us. It's not really about me. Y muchas gracias for bringing the books, the writers, and our voices out to the world internationally. A dream come true. Muchas gracias.
The next presenter is from a country I know very well, Puerto Rico. Yo no nací en Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico nació en mí. There are many books like When I Was Puerto Rican and Almost a Woman have been applauded by readers everywhere. Let's welcome Esmeralda Santiago.
Thank you, Eddie. These awards are amazing. Thank you for everything that you do to make sure that our wonderful Latino and Latina writers are recognized for their work. And congratulations to all of the nominees. Dear friends, we can create the future we imagine possible into a reality. Please do your part by voting for the candidates who most represent your most cherished values. Our future is in your hands. And now, onto the Fiction Book Awards, Part 2. Historical Fiction, Spanish.
Best Novel Historical Fiction, Spanish. El Pintor de la Derrota by Álvaro de Armiñán, Lantia Publishing Group. The judges said, una narrativa hermosa y convincente. Estelita by María Estel Picotto, editorial Fleming. The judges said, una novela que una vez que empiezas a leer no puedes parar. Las Mujeres de la Guerra by Andrea Amozón, Penguin Random House Grupo Editorial. The judges said, una forma hermosa de homenajear a estas mujeres fuertes. Recuérdame by Mario Escobar, HarperCollins Español. The judges said, relatado de una manera hermosa, entretenida, lleno de sentimientos.
First place goes to Estelita by María Estel Picouto.
Saludos, soy María Estel Picouto, autora de la novela Estelita. Deseo de todo corazón felicitar a todos los participantes de los International Latino Books Awards. También deseo expresarles mi agradecimiento al ser seleccionada para recibir tan prestigioso galardón. Gracias.
Best Novel Mystery, Mukimono by Maila Hajar. The judges said, every character is awesomely created. I couldn't put it down. Nadie descubrirá tus huellas, by multiple authors, País Invisible Editores. The judges said, genius, definitely one of the best books I have ever read. Revenge in Barcelona by Catherine Lane, Tortuga Publishing. The judges said, good action book.
Mystery first place goes to Mukimono by Mila Hajar.
Hola, soy Mila Hajar, autora de Mukimono, y quiero agradecerle a International Latino Book Award el incentivar a todos los escritores con este concurso y agradecer a todas las personas que me han apoyado en el camino.
Fantasy Sci-Fi.
Best Novel Fantasy Science Fiction. Chilling Effect by Valerie Valdez, HarperCollins. The judges said, this book reads like a sci-fi movie script. El Regreso de Aumaca by Camila Reimers, Editorial Verbum. The judges said, interesantes historias míticas. Máscara de Muerte by Bruno Costa, Trayecto Comunicaciones. The judges said, un libro entretenido que te causa suspenso. Shadow of the Black Flame by Misha Sauceda, New Mythos. The judges said, I love how the story has a historical connection and blends well with sci-fi fantasy.
First place goes to Chilling Effect by Valeria Valdez.
I'm Valerie Valdez, author of Chilling Effect, and I'm honored to have been selected for the Best Fantasy Sci-Fi Novel Award. I want to thank my husband Eric, my agent Curisa Robinson, my editor Tessa Woodward, and everyone else at Harper Voyager, my friend Jay, and all my friends and family who have supported me through every stage of my writing journey. Muchísimas gracias a todos.
Best Novel Romance. Side Chick Nation by Aya de Leon, Kensington Publishing Corp. The judges said, I would recommend this book to my colleagues and friends. Paige Turner. Stars by Rocky Barilla, Rosquette Press. The judges said bilingualism is well and alive in this story. The Worst Best Man by Mia Sosa, HarperCollins. The judges said funny, entertaining, and well-developed. Loved her characters and plotline.
Romance first place goes to The Worst Best Man by Mia Sosa.
Mia Sosa here. Just wanted to say thank you to Latino Literacy Now for my being a finalist in the International Latino Book Awards. It's a great honor. Thank you to Nicole Fisher, my editor, Sarah Younger, my agent, my amazing family, and my beta readers, Susan Scott Shelley, Sony Wolf, and Anna Koki. Thank you.
I salute all of you winning authors. Congratulations.
Our next presenter has hosted 5 of our Latino Book and Family Festivals at California State University, San Bernardino. Let's welcome Dean of the Fowle Library at CSU-SB, Cesar Caballero.
Eddie, thanks for your involvement and for inspiring many of us to continue the work of promoting literacy and reading among Latinos. I am honored to present the Design Awards. These design features are what help attract the attention of readers. Now, on to the awards. Best Cover Illustration.
Best Cover Illustration. Rio de Colores by Ada Lucia, Cholita Prints and Publishing Company. The judges said kids will delight in the colors and drawings.
Best Cover Illustration. First place goes to Rio de Colores. Congratulations.
Thank you so much for this award.
This year's award is very special because my husband Raul passed in February, so I want to dedicate this award to him because without him, this book wouldn't have been possible. So thank you everybody from Empowering Latino Futures and Kurt Whistler and his team. Raúl, este premio es para ti. Gracias.
Best cover photo.
Best cover photo. Áreas protegidas de Boyacá. Photographer César David Martínez. Villegas editores. The judges said, fotografías impresionantes que permiten admirar las zonas protegidas en su esplendor. Insurrecta, by Bella Martínez, diseñado por Jorge Muñoz, fotografías por Ronaldo P.S. Vázquez, ediciones Escriba, NYC. The judges said I's rendering is beautiful. La Raza, photographed by Luis C. Garza, UCLA Chicano Studies Research Center. The judges said strong cover image that captures an era. Little Joe, No Llore Chingon, by Emma Gonzalez, County Road 34 Publishings. The judges said good image of Little Joe and use of color on the cover to invite readers into the story.
First place goes to La Raza, photographed by Luis Garza. Congratulations.
Esteemed colleagues, compañeros y compañeras, I'm Luis Garza, the co-curator of the La Raza exhibition and the photographer for the La Raza catalog image that has been nominated in the category of Best Cover Photo. And for that recognition, I am truly honored to accept this award. Muchísimas gracias y siempre, siempre adelante.
Best Interior Design.
Best Interior Design. Iglesia de San Ignacio, Bogotá 2. Designer Benjamin Villegas. Photographer Andrés Mauricio López. Villegas editores. The judges said, la existencia en su edición, tamaño, fotografía y textos son muy preciosos. Max, ¿qué hago sin mi tableta? By Rita J. Angelero Sánchez, illustrator. Juan Carlos Torres, Cartagena. Publicaciones Nube Mar. The judges said, nice design, not too strong for the content. Rio de Colores by Ada Lucia, Cholita Prince and Publishing Company. The judges said, loved the nice, clean design. The Night Library by David Zulster, illustrated by Raúl Colón, Random House Children's Books. The judges said, loved that it is a story about reading and the enjoyment and learning that reading provides.
First place goes to Iglesia de San Ignacio, designer Benjamin Villegas. Congratulations. Best use of illustrations inside the book.
Best use of illustrations inside the book. Un coquí de Borriquén con los Reyes a Belén, illustrated by Nivea Ortiz Montañez, Lilac. The judges said, very colorful, great quality in the publishing and illustrations. A winner.
First place goes to Un coquí de Borinquen. Congratulations. Most unique binding for a book.
Most unique binding for a book. Academia Colombiana de Jurisprudencia, 125 años. Designer Benjamín Villegas, Villegas Editores. The judges said Villegas Editores has mastered unique book bindings for their readers.
First place goes to Academia Colombiana de Jurisprudencia. Mil gracias.
Here's another old friend who wears many hats. Writer and producer for TV and film, award-winning author, and someone who truly cares about the future of our community. My dearest and closest friend, Nancy de los Santos.
Thank you, Eddie. I'm honored to be here with you and with everyone else who loves books as much as we do. So I have a question. What do you think it's going to take for the entertainment industry to get more Latinos in front of and behind the camera?
Nancy, the key to the future is education, and we know that. That's why we started the Youth Cinema Project back in 1998. We've been moving it forward, and now we're in more than 14 school districts throughout the state of California. We have over 1,400 children that are learning every day how to work with audiovisual events and making films. And I'll tell you, it's been an extraordinary experience, and thank you. Thank you for all the work that you do also.
Mhm. Good point. Now on to the awards. I'm honored to present the Book Translation Awards. It's key that the kind of books being presented here today are available not only in their original language, but in other languages. Our awardees are for Children's Picture Book Translation, Spanish to English.
Best Children's Picture Book Translation, Spanish to English. Luisita Recycles by Dora Presbybuck. Ladero Publishing Company. The judges said, excellent translation, Spanish to English, great book.
First place is presented to Luisita Recycles by Dora Shabilik.
Good evening. Thank you very much. Empowering Latino Futures. Thank you, Mr. Edward James Olmos, Kirk Whistler, Magdalena Whistler, Anna, Erica, for this honor. I thank my family, my readers. Thank you for this honor with Luisita Recycles. Good night.
Chapter Young Adult Book Translation, English to Spanish.
Best Chapter Young Adult Book Translation, English to Spanish. Con una estrella en la mano by Margarita Engel, translated by Alexis Romay, Simon & Schuster. The judges said, excellent job, outstanding translation. El Mundo Adorado de Sonia Sotomayor by Sonia Sotomayor, translator Eva Ibarzabal. Vintage Español. The judges said the translation is quite accurate and does not read as a translation. Well done.
First place is presented to Con una estrella en la mano by Margarita Engel, translated by Alex Romay. Non-fiction book translation, Spanish to English.
Best Nonfiction Book Translation, Spanish to English. Image of Absence by Jeanette L. Clarion, translated by Curtis Bauer. The judges said, good translation.
I want to thank Latino Book Awards for seeing in this book Image of Absence, and absence, which is the core of my poetry. Thank you, and thank you to my translator, Curtis Bauer.
Nonfiction book translation, English to Spanish.
Best Nonfiction Book Translation, English to Spanish. Atravesar el Agua by Tracy K. Smith, translated by Andrea Cote. Vaso Roto Ediciones. The judges said the translation of this book is superb. Querida América, Notas de un Ciudadano Indocumentado by José Antonio Vargas, translated by Gabriel Pasquini, HarperCollins Español. The judges said the story is so mesmerizing. Solo Dios by Paramahasana Yogananda, Self-Realization Fellowship. The judges said hermosa historia con una excelente traducción.
First place is awarded to Solo Dios. Fiction book translation, Spanish to English.
Best Fiction Book Translation, Spanish to English. Manhattan Tropics by Guillermo Cotto Thorner, translated by J. Brett Manny, Arte Público Press. The judges said engaging and very well done translation. Transcending the Lazaretto by Neri Santos Gomez, translated by Dimitri Selvas, Grupo Editorial Cyril Pygmalion. The judges said great flow of ideas from start to finish. Good translation.
First place goes to Manhattan Tropics, translated by Brett Maney.
Hi, this is Brett Maney. My book Manhattan Tropics is a finalist for Best Translation of a Work of Fiction from Spanish to English. I'd like to thank, first of all, my co-editor, Cristina Perez Jimenez, the entire team at Arte Público Press, and lastly, the International Latino Book Awards for recognizing the value of this novel.
Fiction book translation, English to Spanish.
Best Fiction Book Translation, English to Spanish. El Diamante de Moonfleet by John Mead Faulkner, Lantia Publishing Group. The judges said excellent translation of a book written in 1898. Por la Ruta Escarlata by Amanda Hale, translated by Patricia Shaner Roeder, Ediciones Escriba NYC. The judges said translation effectively conveys the story and keeps the reader moving along.
The first place award is presented to El Diamante de Moonfleet. Congratulations to all, and thank you all very much, which translates to Felicidades a todos y muchísimas gracias a todos.
I'm honored to present the president of the Academic Senate at Miracosta College, one of the Empowering Latino Future's great partners. Here's Dr. Luke Lara.
It means a lot for Miracosta College to be represented here today. As an educator and a bilingual Ecuadorian American immigrant, I know firsthand how important it is to read, especially books that speak to your heritage. Uruguayan poet and author Eduardo Galeano once said, "When a book is alive, really alive, you feel it. You put it to your ear and you feel it breathe. Sometimes laugh, sometimes cry, just like a person." Read to your children, read often, and enjoy a book today. I'm honored to present the second set of themed book awards. Now on to the awards. Best Latina themed book.
Best Latina themed book. Aventura, Amor y Tacos by Mayra Hernandez. The judges said this book had me from the very first paragraph, inspirational, motivational quotes in each chapter.
First place goes to Aventura, Amor y Tacos, The Path to Reconnecting to the Motherland by Mayra Hernandez.
Hi, my name is Mayra Hernandez and I'm the author of Aventura, Amor y Tacos, and I just want to say how honored I am to have been selected for the International Latino Book Awards. I'm so excited, and first and foremost, I just want to thank my readers, but also my ranchito in Mexico who inspired me to write this book. Thank you all so much.
Best LGBTQ book.
Best LGBTQ+ themed book. Archiving an Epidemic by Rob D. Hernandez, New York University Press. The judges said amazing investigation into sparse documents of queer Chicano art.
First place goes to Archiving an Epidemic by Rob Hernandez.
As we confront yet another virus in this country's history, I reflect on the artist constitutional to my research and to this book who faced AIDS with dignity and with an indomitable spirit, and to them I dedicate this award. Thank you.
Best Educational Themed Book.
Best Educational Themed Book. Countdown to the Last Tortilla by Maria de la Luz Reyes, La Luz Books. The judges said, kids will love this book. The illustrations are beautiful. Dancing Fruit, Singing Rivers by Jose Chavez, WPR Books. The judges said, I think this book is great because it introduces children to poetry with simple, relatable items. De Otra Manera by Diana Ospina, Clicarte. The judges said, amé las fábulas. Este es material para salir en televisión. The Spirit of Chicano Park by Beatriz Zamora, Tolteca Press. The judges said, shows the power of the protests to defend our rights and conquer our dreams.
First place goes to De Otra Manera by Diana Ospina.
Mi nombre es Diana Ospina, autora de La Aldea y de Otra Manera. Este es un mensaje de agradecimiento a los Latino Book Awards por los reconocimientos que nos han dado en esta ocasión. Desde la Agencia de Pedagogía CLIC en Colombia, estamos felices por este reconocimiento y por tener la posibilidad de dar a conocer el material que hacemos para hablar de temas difíciles en el aula a muchas más personas. Muchas gracias por esta increíble vitrina.
A big thank you from Miracosta College.
Alma Flor Ada is the type of author we need more of. She writes knowingly and caringly about her subjects. She's prolific, often producing more than one book a year. She's a great speaker. That's why she's the writer that we chose to name our Best Latino-Focused Children's Picture Book Award after. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Alma Flor Ada.
Eddie, it's great to be here with you today. I am sincerely honored to present the first Alma Flor Ada Latino-Focused Children Picture Book Award. Reading is such an extraordinary gift. It allows us to travel to unknown places, maybe places that don't even exist in reality. It allows us to journey back on time or into the future. it allows us to meet all possible characters and see unimaginable circumstances. And I think that because of this, reading gives us such power to begin dreaming our own reality, to begin conceiving a world that would portray all the values that we hold dear, that would be a world of justice, of imagination, of creativity, of artistic development, of compassion, of empathy, of anything that we possibly care for. So dreaming because we read, dreaming because read gives us the tools to create a better reality.
Alma Florada Latino-focused children's picture book. Garcia for President by Daniel Pinilla. Lantia Publishing Group. The judges said, excelente libro con un tema inspirador e ilustraciones hermosas. La pequeña inmigrante by Enrique Parria. Lantia Publishing Group. The judges said, este libro es una joya, una historia conmovedora con un mensaje importante. Mango Moon by Diane de Anda. Albert Whitman and Co. The judges said, beautifully written and the illustrations accompany the text in a meaningful way. The Spirit of Chicano Park by Beatriz Zamora. Tolteca Press. The judges said, a delightful celebration of culture and history. Un coquí de Boriquén con los Reyes a Belén by Laura Mercado y Armando Valdez. Lilac. The judges said, beautiful illustrations that create a connection between elements of Puerto Rican culture.
Now, I'm happy to announce that the first place goes to La Pequeña Emigrante by Enrique Padilla.
I would like to thank the judges. It is amazing to see the amount of work that goes into a ceremony like this, and it is truly an inspiration to see the selfless effort at promoting Latino culture. I dedicate this award to my children for providing me the inspiration to write this book, and to my wife for making me a person good enough to be their father. Thank you.
Thank you so much for involving me in this wonderful effort.
I've known Jesus Trevino since I started in this industry and was impressed by his work when he directed me in Seguin early in my career. A brilliant director. He's one of only 3 Latinos to have directed more than 100 hours of dramas for network television. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Jesus Trevino.
Great to see you again, Eddie. You know, it's so exciting to be here to honor writers and writing. In 2016, my short story collection, Return to Arroyo Grande, was awarded the American Book Award by the Before Columbus Foundation. So I know just how important a good book award can be. And I'm excited to see that we have a lot of good candidates here in this year's Young Adult Book Awards Part 2. So without further ado, the envelope, and let's take a look and see who won what. All right. In the category of Young Adult Fantasy and Adventure,
Best Young Adult Fantasy and Adventure. Dealing in Dreams by Lilian Rivera, Simon & Schuster. The judges said, it is really captivating from the start and it's easy to read. 5 Midnights by Anne Davila Cardinal, Tom Dougherty Associates. The judges said, great book, really interesting storyline. La Biblioteca de Babel by E.Y. Rodriguez, Aurea Ediciones. The judges said, un excelente libro para jóvenes adultos. Protección Divina by C.F. Pisant, Aurea Ediciones. The judges said, un excelente libro de fantasía.
first place goes to 5 Midnights by Anne Davila Cardinal.
I'd like to thank my editor, Ali Fisher at Tortine and the whole Tortine team, my agent, Linda Camacho, my community at Vermont College of Fine Arts, and my husband, Doug, and my son, Carlos. And I'd also like to thank Empowering Latino Futures for this honor. Thank you.
For young adult romance book,
Best Young Adult Romance Book, El Canto de Nereide, by Daniela Raiman, Aurea Ediciones. The judges said, un libro excepcional que no podía dejar de leer.
first place goes to El Canto de Nereide by Daniela Raiman.
Hola a todos, mi nombre es Daniela Raiman, autora del libro Nereide, que pertenece a la saga El Canto de Nereide. En esta ocasión quisiera agradecer de todo mi corazón el importante reconocimiento que ha recibido mi novela a través del International Latino Book Awards. Muchas gracias.
In educational young adult book,
El Tercer Sexo by Jomana Hadar, Vaso Roto Ediciones. The judges said, uso de ejemplos personales que hicieron de este libro una experiencia literaria.
first place goes to El Tercer Sexto by Romana Haddad.
Hola, soy Jomana Haddad y estoy profundamente agradecida a Vaso Roto y a mi grandísima amiga Janet Lozano por ser una editora tan fantástica, tan maravillosa, una editora enamorada de la literatura verdadera, de la literatura que puede hacer un cambio positivo en este mundo. Agradezco también a todos mis lectores y lectrices en lengua castellana y al International Latino Book Awards por este reconocimiento de mi libro, El Tercer Sexo. Gracias.
In the most inspirational young adult book,
Most Inspirational Young Adult Book, Brownsville Bred by Elaine Del Valle Productions. The judges said, a memoir full of idiomatic dialogue, nevertheless powerfully well written. De la Curva del Camino by Alberto Caballero, Pucchiari Editores. The judges said, lecciones de vida hermosamente escritas. El desafío de los tiempos modernos by Rolando González Báez, Snow Fountain Press. The judges said, un libro lleno de información. Revelación de Dragón by Trinidad Ballard, Aurea Ediciones. The judges said, la trama y género son divertidos, emocionantes, mágicos y originales. Today's Inspired Young Latina by Jacqueline S. Ruiz, Fig Factor Media. The judges said, incredibly relatable and completely inspirational. Valiance by Vanessa Caraveo. The judges said, this is ultimately a fascinating, realistic, inclusive, and inspiring story.
first place goes to Revelación de Dragón by Trinidad Ballard.
Hola, mi nombre es Trinidad Ballard, autora del libro Revelación de Dragón. Quisiera darme este espacio para agradecer el primer lugar en la categoría Most Inspirational Young Adult Book. Este premio significa muchísimo para mí, no solo por el reconocimiento en sí, sino también porque me da la certeza de que las personas están recibiendo el mensaje que quiero entregar con mi libro y eso me llena de satisfacción y alegría. Muchísimas gracias.
The best book written by a youth,
Best Book Written by a Youth, La verdadera historia de Papá Noel, by Andrés Benítez Pedrosa, Lantia Publishing Group. The judges said, una dulce historia que nos recuerda que todos podemos ser bondadosos. Todo empezó con un amulet, by Oyuki Ondoyan Aguilar. The judges said, ilustraciones hermosas.
first place goes to La verdadera historia de Papá Noel by Andrés Benítez Pedrosa.
Me gustaría dar las gracias a todas las personas que confían en mí, a mi familia, mis amigos, a mi editorial, Mr. Momo, con los que estoy soñando despierto, y por supuesto a los premios internacionales del libro latino.
Well, those are the awards. So before I sign off, I just want to remind people that November 3rd is right around the corner. So be sure to register and do vote. Thank you.
For more than 3 decades, Jane Delgado has been a leader in health services and education for Latinos as CEO of the National Alliance of Hispanic Health. She's also an award-winning author, Here's Jane.
It is an honor to be here with you, Eddie, and empowering Latino futures today. And thank you, Eddie, for your efforts on behalf of the critical careers that are essential to keeping the USA functioning, both in the health field and in the agricultural fields. This has been a very tough time. Our communities are overrepresented as the essential workers and are suffering a disproportionate burden from COVID-19. So on behalf of the research and clinical health communities, be certain that we are all working to disentangle the web of misinformation that has made matters worse. This is the time when we need facts. Now, on to the Nonfiction Awards, Part 2. Reference book.
Best reference book. Escribir, pero escribir bien, by Josefina Espeleta. Editorial Voces de Hoy. The judges said un libro con buenos consejos y motivación. Setas del suroeste de la península ibérica, by Luis Romero de la Osa Mateos. Lantia Publishing Group. The judges said un hermoso libro con información muy completa sobre setas.
First place goes to Setas del sureste de la península ibérica, by Luis Romero de las Osa Mateos.
Hola, soy Luis Romero de la Osa, autor del libro Setas del suroeste de la península ibérica. Quiero agradecer la concesión de este premio y dedicarlo a mis amigos mecenas, gracias a los cuales ha sido posible la edición de este libro. Muchas gracias.
Self-Transformation Book.
Best Self-Transformation Book. Do The Path of Continuous Growth by Genaro Torres Cells. Jet Launch. The judges said, excellent plan to excel in life, really good for young people. Hello Fears by Michelle Poehler, Sourcebooks. The judges said, loved it. It's a fun, potentially life-altering read.
First place goes to Hello Fears by Michelle Poehler.
Hi everybody, I wanted to thank the amazing Sourcebooks team for being part of this awesome project called Hello Fears. Also, I wanted to thank my husband Adam for being my incredible partner in crime and my family for being so supportive.
Parenting Family Book.
Best Parenting Family Book. Lina tiene dos mamás by Paula Villegas Ramirez, Lantia Publishing Group. The judges said, very relevant topic. I was very excited to read it.
First place goes to Lina tiene dos mamás by Paula Villegas Ramírez.
Hola, me llamo Paula Villegas Ramírez y soy la autora del libro Lina tiene dos mamás. El motivo por el cual escribí este cuento fue el nacimiento de mi sobrina Vega. En su tercer cumpleaños quise regalarle un cuento que tratara la temática de la diversidad familiar y estuve buscando esta idea pues, por librerías, por ferias del libro, redes sociales, por internet, pero no encontré ningún cuento que tratara esta temática de una manera amena y divertida como yo buscaba. Así que me surgió la idea de emprender yo misma este proyecto tan deseado y es el haber escrito este cuento, Lina tiene dos mamás. Tras las páginas del mismo se encuentra la historia de una niña que ha nacido en el seno de una familia que tiene dos mamás y no solamente trato la diversidad familiar, sino también el transmitir una serie de valores como son la diversidad familiar, el respeto, la tolerancia, la empatía, y en general un montón de valores que creo que son necesarios transmitir a los niños y a las niñas en la sociedad en la que nos encontramos para que sean unos buenos ciudadanos en el futuro. Este libro va orientado, no tiene una edad en concreta, porque compañeros y amigos y familiares han leído el cuento y no se pone una edad. Lo importante es que el receptor lo entienda y que lo disfrute y que le guste. Entonces, ¿qué más da la edad? También he complementado el libro con unas ilustraciones de Susana Vegas, que así hacen el libro más llamativo y hace captar la atención del receptor. Para finalizar, quería comentar que en todos los cuentos, ya sean infantiles o sean de adultos, Yo veo muy importante el elemento mágico, que es el que he introducido en el libro. Es una caja medidora de sentimientos que tiene una función fundamental en el libro y que eso capta mucho la atención del receptor y hace que el libro pues sea muy divertido. Nada más, este es el libro y espero que os guste.
Women's Issues Books.
Best Women's Issues Book. Decolonial Puerto Rican Women's Writings by Roberta Hurtado. Palgrave Macmillan. The judges said this book is a gem that should be included in higher education. Las Carreras de mi Vida by Edna Jacqueline Vasquez Núñez. Vive Publishing. The judges said this is a very engaging memoir. It energizes the reader.
First place goes to Las Carreras de mi Vida by Edna Jacqueline Vasquez Núñez.
Hola a todos, yo soy Edna Jacqueline Vázquez Núñez, autora del libro Las Carreras de mi Vida. Es muy grato estar aquí con todos ustedes. Agradezco al equipo Empower and Latino Futures por su gran esfuerzo en que todo esto suceda. Gracias por considerarme en tan dicho honor en el International Latino Book Award por medio de mi libro Las Carreras de mi Vida.
Mil gracias.
Kathy Diaz's writing, editing, and her radio show have educated, enlightened, and informed thousands for more than 3 decades. Kathy is also on the Empowering Latino Futures Board. Here's Kathy Diaz.
Thank you, Eddie, and thank you for all you do. I'm so pleased to be part of a great organization that supports literacy and building an educated community. These book awards and this virtual effort are just 2 examples of this. And I'm honored to present the Portuguese Book Awards. So let's get started. Children's Picture Book in Portuguese. Portuguese Awards. Best Children's Picture Book in Portuguese, originally in Portuguese. A Última Onça do Cerrado by Yana Marul. Terra Books. The judges said it makes a good case for taking care of the rainforest and nature. First place goes to A Última Onça do Cerrado by Yana Marul.
Congratulations to the Latino Book Awards for encouraging authors, illustrators, and publishers committed with the Latino culture. We need it. Please continue doing that. This book, The Last Jaguar of the Savannah, has all to do with this commitment. You find it in English, in Portuguese, in Spanish, and it has the great ambition to bring wildlife and the amazing nature of Latin America to our kids.
Fiction in Portuguese. Best Book, Fiction in Portuguese, originally in Portuguese. Canto Escuro by Daniel Barros, editora Penalux. The judges said, could be a movie. It keeps the reader interested to the end. Entre Cabul e a Dança das Borboletas by Karina Manasseh, edita. The judges said this extensive memoir follows a Brazilian female diplomat from her native country to several other locations in the world. Feels like a movie. Por que não eu by Cinélia Peixoto. The judges said a very relatable book, especially for the Brazilian reader. First place goes to Entre Cabul e a Dança das Borboletas by Karina Manasseh.
Meu nome é Karina Manassi, eu sou autora do livro Entre Cabul e a Dança das Borboletas. Estou muito feliz de ter sido selecionada como uma das finalistas para a categoria de ficção em português do International Latino Book Awards 2020. Abraço e até já.
Children's Picture Book in Portuguese, originally in another language. Best Children's Picture Book in Portuguese, originally in another language. Dylan's Birthday Present by Victor dos Santos, Linguacious. The judges said, nice story about the benefits of speaking more than one language. First place goes to O Presente de Aniversário de Dylan by Victor dos Santos. Nonfiction in Portuguese. Best Book, Nonfiction in Portuguese, originally in another language, Amores Inéditos, by Miguel Ángel Sayas, Editorial Sayas. The judges said, good example of how experiences make you the person you are. Deus Fala com Arjuna, by Paramahansa Yogananda, Self-Realization Fellowship. The judges said, lots of information, it shows the importance of meditation. First place goes to Deus Fala com Arjuna, by Paramahansa Yogananda. And now a musical break with Grammy award-winning pianist and leader of the renowned Spanish Harlem Orchestra, Oscar Hernandez, doing a virtual tune with a few of his friends, something called Ritmo para ti. Enjoy.
A big salute to the many partners empowering Latino Future has. We couldn't do it without you.
I've been a fan of LULAC, the League of United Latin American Citizens, for all the issues the organization has tackled over the decades. Here's Cindy Benavides, the CEO of LULAC National.
Hello, my name is Cindy Benavides, and I serve as the CEO of the League of United Latin American Citizens, LULAC. We're honored to be a part of this great Empowering Latino Futures event. Eddie, I know you're passionate about getting people to register and vote. As the oldest and largest national Latino civil rights organization in the country, LULAC is proud of its legacy of defending and protecting the Latino community for over 91 years. And this year, we know is a critical year. It's the year we'll become the largest minority voting bloc, and it will take every single eligible Latino to register and to vote. In fact, every 30 seconds, a Latino in the US turns 18. Every 30 seconds. So if you're eligible, please make sure you register, and again, that you turn out to vote.
Yes, I am. And I know all of us have to get the importance of voting, that message out to communities across the United States of America.
Now, on part 3 of the Nonfiction Book Awards. For Religious Book.
Best Religious Book. Iglesia de San Ignacio, Bogotá 2, by Juan David Giraldo and Padre Germán Bernal. Villegas Editores. The judges said, fotos increíbles. Me transportó a la Basílica de San Ignacio en Bogotá. Quill and Cross in the Borderlands by Anne M. Nogad. University of Notre Dame Press. The judges said, inspirational story of Sor María Jesús de Agredas.
First place goes to Quill and Cross in the Borderlands by Anna Nogar.
I'm very pleased to accept the award for Best Religious Book for Quill and Cross in the Borderlands, Sor María de Ágreda and the Lady in Blue, 1628 to the present. Thank you to the readers of the book and also to Empowering Latino Futures for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you very much.
For Spiritual Book.
Best Spiritual Book. Solo Dios. Vida y Cartas de una Santa by Paramahasana Yogananda, Self-Realization Fellowship. The judges said, una hermosa historia de una santa que inspira a ser mejor personas. The Wisdom of the Shamans by Don Jose Ruiz, Hierophant Publishing. The judges said, intelligently well-written, conversational and non-confrontational spiritual self-help book.
First place goes to Solo Dios by Paramahansa Yogananda. For Travel Book.
Best Travel Book. Francisco, por la Reconciliación y la Paz de Colombia by Benjamín Villegas, Villegas Editores. The judges said, fotos del Papa Francisco en su visita a Colombia en 2017 presentadas hermosamente. The Seventh Heaven by Ilan Stavans, University of Pittsburgh Press. The judges said, clear, strong writing that brings alive the history and present status of Jewish life in Latin America.
First place goes to The Seventh Heaven, Travels Through Jewish Latin America by Ilan Stevens.
Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. I am humbled by this award. The book, The Seventh Heaven, is about the Jewish presence in Latin America from colonial times to the contemporary period. And it is not only about where Jews have lived physically, but it is about how the imagination, the intellect, has allowed them to explore an alternative reality. I think that in this time of quarantine, of isolation, it is through the intellect, through the imagination that we can travel, and I'm hoping that the book will entice readers to do the same. Gracias otra vez. Hasta luego.
For Nonfiction, Multi-Author.
Best Nonfiction Multi-Author. Latinx Writing Los Angeles, edited by Ignacio Lopez Calvo and Victor Valle, the University of Nebraska Press. The judges said there were challenging themes throughout this book. Mexicana Fashions by Aida Huerto and Norma E. Cantú, University of Texas Press. Excellent scholarly anthology on a topic rarely discussed in academic circles. Real Latinx by Frederick Luis Aldama and Christopher Gonzalez, the University of Arizona Press. The judges said stellar job weaving the decades and generations of Latinos in film and keeping the reader engaged. The Chicano Studies Reader, edited by Chon Noriega, UCLA Chicano Studies Research Center. The judges said excellent anthology for Chicano Studies students.
First place goes to Real Latinx, Representation in U.S. Film and TV by Aldama and Gonzalez.
I'm Frederick Luis Aldama.
I'm Christopher Gonzalez.
And we absolutely loved writing and researching this book.
We're super excited that this book found a readership and continues to find readerships in helping us bring about more representation for Latinx communities.
We're so over the moon, beyond the moon even, that this is empowering Latinx future generation of Latinx, Latino, Latina creators and scholars.
We especially want to thank the International Latino Book Award Committee for this tremendous honor.
Latinx recognitions matter. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you again for hosting this great event. As a lover of reading and books, I could not be prouder to join you today. Gracias.
Marketing, in my mind, is key to success in any field. Here to present the Marketing Award is Naleo CEO Arturo Vargas.
You know, this is the year of democracy. We are holding the decennial census in one of the most consequential elections of our lifetime. And Naleo is doing everything we can to make sure that Latinos fully participate in this democracy. We're looking forward to working with you to make sure that Latinos are fully heard at the ballot box and completely counted.
Both the census and voting are essential in this pivotal year. Woo!
And so now on to the awards. Best Author Video Promoting a Book.
Best Author Video Promoting a Book. America as Seen on TV by Clara E. Rodriguez, New York University Press. The judges say it reminds me of informative videos I usually see on Facebook. The Adventures of Mr. Macaw by Leticia Ordaz, Cielito Lindo Books. The judges say the clips about the book really give you an insight on what the book is about.
First place goes to America as Seen on TV, Shaping Immigrant Expectations Around the Globe by Clara E. Rodriguez.
Thank you y gracias. I am honored to have been included with such an awesome and amazing group. And thanks to all of those who have worked so hard to make this organization what it has become today. Affirming, inspirational, and powerful. Thank you.
Best Website Promoting a Book.
Best Website Promoting a Book. Salvi Yorkers by Carmen Molina Tamacas, K Ediciones. The judges say has an easy to sign up newsletter. Smart. Sun Night by E.H. de la Espriega. The judges say good 26-second video left you wanting to know more. The Adventures of Mr. Macaw by Leticia Ordaz, Cielito Lindo Books. The judges said they also have a nice side product. Un Coqui de Borriquén con los Reyes a Belén by Laura Mercado y Armando Valdez, Lilac. The judges say the Parents Guide really incentivizes parents to buy and read the book to their children.
First place goes to Un Coquí de Borriquín con los Reyes a Belén by Lara Mercado y Armando Valdez. And don't forget to register to vote and be counted in the census.
Our next presenter has received numerous international Latino book awards, and this year won the Iberoamericano Cervantes Chico Award. She is the most honored South American children's book author in the world. Coming to us from Ecuador is Edna Iturralde.
Thank you, Eddie. I appreciate your words. Thank you for your kindness. I'm honored to present the Youth Book Awards. I love to write for children and young adults. For me, this is so beautiful to see their smiles and the enthusiasm in their eyes. and their enthusiasm when they're talking to me and asking me questions when I visit a group of readers is what has made me want to write and write. And I have over 64 books written. Some of the themes are international, all the ones talk about my country, Ecuador, and they all tell an adventure. Now into the awards. Best Youth Latino-focused chapter book.
Best Youth Latino-focused chapter book. Ejibarro's Miracle by Marisa de Jesus Baucelli, A Caribbean Experience con Amor. The judges said, the illustrations are so beautiful and so is the story. Curse of the Night Witch by Alex Astor, Sourcebooks, Inc. The judges said, good mythical fiction twist. Students will have fun reading this book. Juana and Lucas, Big Problemas by Juana Medina, Candlewick Press. The judges said, excellent story dealing with pet and divorce in a realistic and fun manner.
First place goes to Curse of the Night Witch by Alex Astor.
Thank you so much for honoring me and my book, Emblem Island, Curse of the Night Witch, with an International Latino Book Award. The world of Emblem Island was inspired by the cuentos my abuela used to tell me before bedtime and my Colombian culture, so this means everything to me. Thank you so much.
Best Youth Chapter Fiction Book, English.
Best Youth Chapter Fiction Book, English. Into the Tall, Tall Grass by L'Oreal Rayon, Simon & Schuster. The judges said, love the female-centered story and Latinx themes. Mañana Land by Pam Munoz Ryan, Scholastic Press. The judges said, this well-written fantasy with themes that immigrants can relate to resonates with hope. White Bird by R.J. Palacio, Random House Children's Books. The judges said this was a deeply thought-provoking story.
Best Youth Chapter Fiction Book, English. First place goes to Mañana Land by Pam Munoz Ryan. Best Youth Chapter Fiction Book, Spanish.
Best Youth Chapter Fiction Book, Spanish or bilingual. La Aldea by Diana Ospina, Clickarte SAS. The judges said, me sentí conectada con los personajes y la historia. Las aventuras de Kirai la Valiente by Jesus R. Rivas, Lantia Publishing Group. The judges said, una historia con personajes únicos. Los carteros del espacio by Jaume Copons, Editorial Casals. The judges said, a mi hijo le encantó este libro, excelente historia. Maximilian and the Curse of the Fallen Angel by Javier Garza, Cinco Puntos Press. The judges said, una historia de acción atractiva.
First place goes to La Aldea by Diana Ospina. Best Youth Chapter Nonfiction Book.
Best Youth Chapter Nonfiction Book. Camino a un Sueño by María del Pilar García, o Gráficas Impresores. The judges said, hermosa autobiografía de esfuerzo y perseverancia. El cuerpo humano por dentro by María Cristina Junyet, Editorial Casals. The judges said, información educacional presentada en una forma divertida. El cuerpo humano por fuera by María Cristina Junyet, Editorial Casals S.A. The judges said, un libro educacional muy divertido. Todo lo que sé del miedo by Jaume Copons, Editorial Casals S.A. The judges said, increíble ilustraciones que disfrutan niños y jóvenes.
First place goes to El Cuerpo Humano por Dentro by María Cristina Junyet. Buenas noches.
I've known Victor Villaseñor since his important work on the landmark movie, The Ballad of Gregorio Cortés, nearly 40 years ago. Victor, I'm glad that we now have an award named after you for all you've done through your books for all of us. Thank you.
It's great to be with you here again. And I'm honored to be the presenter for the first Victor Villaseñor Best Latino-Focused Non-Fiction Book Award. For me, writing has basically saved my life. I started school, I didn't speak any English, it was Spanish only. And very quickly I became embarrassed of being a Latino. And then I flunked the third grade twice. I didn't do well in high school. And then I went to Mexico and I saw the warmth and love of our people, of the women nursing their babies in the parks. And I saw that we had a whole culture in Mexico that up here we don't know anything about in California back then. And when I came back, I was proud of being a Latino, and I decided to write, to make so that my kids, my family would be proud of our roots and proud of who we are. Every culture, the Jews, the Germans, everybody have their books that give them a sense of they're the chosen people. Well, guess what? We're wonderful and we're chosen too. On to the awards. I want to say that I feel so happy to give this Latino-focused nonfiction book award.
Victor Villaseñor, Latino-focused nonfiction book, English. Barrio America by A.K. Sandoval Strauss, Basic Books. The judges said makes a strong argument that Latinx have saved urban communities. Children of the Land by Marcelo Hernandez Castillo, HarperCollins. The judges said descriptive, personal, and insightful perspective of life in the U.S. through the eyes of a dreamer. La Raza, curated by Luis C. Garza and Amy Scott, UCLA Chicano Studies Research Center. The judges said should be in every public and school library and every college across the nation. My Time Among the Whites by Janine Capo Cruzet, Picador. The judges said important perspectives on educational, cultural, and academic challenges faced by first-generation college students. Once I Was You by Maria Hinojosa, Atria Books. The judges said strong argument for immigration reform and humane treatment of undocumented, especially children. Stagnant Dreamers by Maria G. Rendon, Russell Stage Foundation. The judges said a must-read for educators and those seeking to better understand the challenges faced by young Latino males in LA. The Line Becomes a River by Francisco Campu, Riverhead Books. The judges said very good insights related to Mexico-U.S. border crossings as seen through the eyes of a Latino who is a former U.S. Theorizing Cesar Chavez by Armando A. Arias. Somos en Escrito Literacy Foundation Press. The judges said exploring the thought process of Chavez, motivations for his dedication.
First place goes to Once I Was You by Maria Hinojosa.
Thank you very much to the Latino International Book Award. I'm such an honor to receive this award. And I want to say what it does is it inspires me to keep on telling stories. Every writer is afraid. Every writer is afraid to tell their stories, sit down and write. But this award makes me say, gotta do it and do it again. So thank you. Muchas gracias.
Victor Villaseñor, Latino-focused nonfiction book, Spanish. El Escudo de David by Lilian Martino. Bell Projects Publishing and Entertainment. The judges said muy interesante e informativo. Salvi Yorkers by Carmen Molina Tamacas, K Ediciones. The judges said me gusta cómo el autor relata las historias y experiencias de las personas.
And first place in Spanish goes to El Escudado de David by Lilian Martino.
Good afternoon. My name is Lilian Martino, and this is my novel, The Shield of David, El Escudo de David. I want to thank you for the opportunity and recognition that you give us Latino writers through this wonderful event. It's an honor. I'm happy.
And I'm so happy for you guys.
We're honored to present Dr. Elena Rios, CEO of the National Hispanic Medical Association. Dr. Rios, you and your organization are at the forefront of the critical fight against COVID-19, and we salute you for that.
Thank you. I am very proud to be here. I'm proud to present the second set of Children Book Awards. From my career in health services, I know the importance of education, and books are key to that. Our National Hispanic Medical Association was created in 1994 while I worked at the White House so that we could find Hispanic doctors from all of our communities who could tell our community the importance of being healthy. And in this era of COVID-19, we especially need to tell everyone listening how important it is, especially young people who think they're invincible, that you need to wear a mask and you need to wash your hands and you need to be extra careful around your parents and grandparents who are more susceptible to getting the virus. And let me just say that the importance of health is also important when you vote. Vote for a candidate, whatever level you're voting for, that believes in improving health and healthcare policy in our Affordable Care Act so that we can have more people insured and who can have access to affordable health care. So let me go on to the awards. For Educational Children's Picture Book, English.
Best Educational Children's Picture Book, English. One is A Piñata by Roseanne Greenfield Thong, Chronicle Books. The judges said, the writing is excellent and the illustrations are perfect. It has great cultural context. T-shirts aren't napkins by Marta Safria, Cuento de Luz. The judges said content was entertaining as well as informative. Illustrations were really nice. Tiny Travelers by Stephen Wolf Perria and Susie Jaramillo, Encantos Media Studios. The judges said, I loved this book. It was interactive and did a great job bringing in history.
First place goes to Tiny Travelers, Puerto Rico Treasure Quest by Pereira and Jaramillo. Educational Children's Picture Book, Spanish.
Best Educational Children's Picture Book, Spanish. El Amazing Mundo de la Aviación by Jacqueline Camacho Ruiz, Fig Factor Media. The judges said, excelente historias cortas. El Pequeño Presidente by multiple authors, Mr. Momo, Lantia Publishing Group. The judges said, las ilustraciones son maravillosas. La Cometa de los Sueños by Pilar López Ávila and Paula Merlán, Cuento de Luz. The judges said, ilustraciones extraordinarias. La Pequeña Emigrante by Enrique Parria, Lantia Publishing Group. The judges said, hermosa historia. Monstrolandia y la magia de los valores cívicos y democráticos by Benjamín Villegas, Villegas Editores. The judges said, amo a la incorporación de actividades para los niños. Mortimer y Filomeno by multiple authors, Lantia Publishing Group. The judges said, excelente ilustraciones y diseño.
First place goes to La Pequeña Emigrante by Enrique Peria.
I want to thank Latino Literacy Now for the tremendously important work that they do. Change that makes our lives better comes in many shapes, through education, political engagement, or service to your community. But it also comes from the power of storytelling, so important to help us grow and discover new horizons. Thank you.
Most Inspirational Children's Picture Book, Spanish.
Most Inspirational Children's Picture Book, Spanish. Brujiponcia by Liana Fournier de Serres. The judges said, cada vez que terminaba de leer un capítulo, quería leer más. Río de Colores by Ada Lucia, Cholita Prince and Publishing Company. The judges said, un excelente libro para estos tiempos de división racial.
First place goes to Río de Colores by Ada Lucia.
Thank you so much for this award. This year's award is very special because my husband Raul passed in February, so I want to dedicate this award to him because without him this book wouldn't have been possible. So thank you everybody from Empowering Latino Futures and Kurt Whistler and his team. Raúl, este premio es para ti. Gracias.
Most Inspirational Children's Picture Book, English.
Most Inspirational Children's Picture Book, bilingual or English. A Special Ostrich by Lorena C. Brown, Bucillari Editores. The judges said this story of friendship, acceptance, and determination was wonderful. Anita and Grandma's Dulce de Leche by Pilar Vélez, Snow Fountain Press. The judges said excellent book on traditions. The illustrations are lovely. Bathing in the Forest by Nivola Ayua and Mark Ayats, Cuento de Luz. The judges said beautifully written and illustrated. Home, Casa by Sandra Elaine Scott, Vision Your Dreams. The judges said important subject matter in a sensitive manner. Lala, A Different Kind of Lizard by Susana Hilera Martinez, Snow Fountain Press. The judges said a great bilingual book for parents to read with their children. Luisita Recycles by Dora Presbylic, Lodero Publishing Company. The judges said great content for teaching kids about recycling. The Day Abuelo Got Lost by Diane de Anda, Albert Whitman & Co. The judges said, I think this book would make a great short film.
First place goes to Anita and Grandma's Dulce de Leche by Pilar Vélez.
Hola, ¿a quién no le gusta el dulce de leche? A mí me encanta. Bueno, mi nombre es Pilar Vélez, soy escritora colombiana y resido en Miami, Florida. Quiero felicitar a los organizadores del International Latino Book Awards por esta iniciativa que año a año realizan con tanto amor para promover la literatura de los escritores hispanos. Así que yo los invito a leer Anita and Grandma's Dulce de Leche. Anita y el dulce de leche de la abuela es una obra para disfrutar en familia y en las escuelas para enseñar el valor del patrimonio cultural, el legado de las familias y mantener nuestras tradiciones vivas. Así que disfruten este libro y disfrutar el dulce de leche. Bye.
And Best Learn to Read book.
Best Learn to Read book. Little Sunny Sunshine by Susie Jaramillo, Encantos Media Studios. The judges said bilingual hardcover book, perfect for little hands.
And Best Learn to Read book, first place, goes to Little Sunny Sunshine by Susie Jaramillo. And I hope all your families are safe and healthy.
Since the Hispanic Association on Corporate Responsibility was founded in the mid-1980s, it has helped create ties between hundreds of corporations and the Latino community. We are honored to have Sid Wilson, the CEO, with us today.
Thank you, Eddie. It's such a great honor for me to serve as a presenter for the International Latino Book Awards. My name is Sid Wilson. I'm President and Chief Executive Officer of the Hispanic Association on Corporate Responsibility. We're the nation's leading organization whose mission is focused on advancing Hispanic inclusion in corporate America. We know that corporate America is not where it should be, where it comes to Latinos and Hispanics representation in the areas of employment, procurement, philanthropy, and governance. That's why we continue to strive to make sure that we are the voice that is pushing to make sure that Latinos que estamos presentes in corporate America. For me, this is such a great honor to be here before all of you because I would not be where I am as president and CEO were it not for books. And books have inspired me. They have enlightened me, they have taught me, and most importantly, they prepared me. And even when we have fiction books that are based on real histories, those are such great, valuable, insightful books because they have great moral stories, the great character developments, and all the great things that go into a fiction book. So that's why for me, it's such a great honor to be a presenter. And with that, let's move on to Fiction Book Awards, Part 3. For graphics novel.
Best Graphic Novel, Manuelito by Elisa Amado, Anique Press. The judges said graphics were great. Quince Created by Sebastian Katletsik, written by Kit Steinkellner, Fanbase Press. The judges said, love the art, love the story. Lupe's voice is wonderful. Santa Elena, Volumen 2, by Pablo Cabrera Martínez, Lantia Publishing Group. The judges said, una historia muy interesante.
First place goes to Santa Elena, Volumen 2, by Pablo Cabrera Martínez.
Hola, soy Pablo Cabrera, autor de Santa Elena. Les hablo a todos desde la humildad de mi habitación para agradecer al Latino Book Awards que me hayan concedido este premio y también para darle enhorabuena a todos los autores y autoras que han recibido sus premios. Agradezco también, como no, a todas las personas que me han apoyado para seguir dibujando. A mis amigos, a mi familia, a mi pareja y por supuesto a la editorial Mr. Momo por haberme dado la oportunidad de publicar estos cómics y hacer realidad un trabajo en el que estuve trabajando muchos años con dedicación y esfuerzo. Y un mensaje para todos los autores y autoras que estén aquí presentes. Nunca dejéis de escribir y nunca dejéis de crear. Que esta imaginación que se nos ha dado siga sirviendo para que nos podamos evadir a una realidad que solo podemos imaginar.
For multi-author first place.
Best Fiction, Multi-Author. Ardiente Otoño, by Claribel de las Cuevas and Andrés F. Domínguez, editorial Voces de Hoy. The judges said, muy buen escrito que te hace que quieras leer más después de cada capítulo. Don't Cry for Me, America, edited by Fernando Olzansky and Hernán Vera Álvarez, Ars Comunis Editorial. The judges said, excelente escritura multicultural. Incurables, edited by Oswaldo Estrada, Ars Comunis Editorial. The judges said, definitivamente disfruté este libro, recomendado para clubes de escritura.
First place goes to Incurables by Oswaldo Estrada.
Estoy feliz de saber que nuestro libro Incurables ha ganado este primer premio. Lo comparto, por supuesto, con los otros 19 autores que participan en la antología. Y gracias a Ars Comunis por haber creído en nosotros, en este libro sobre dolencias y males, sobre todo en esta época en la que estamos viviendo. Muchas gracias.
For short stories, English.
Best Collection of Short Stories, English or Bilingual. A Peculiar Kind of Immigrant Son by Sergio Troncoso, 5 Puntos Press. The judges said, this is a world-class collection, poignant and powerful, a tour de force. Ballad of a Slapsucker by Juan Alvarado Valdivia, University of New Mexico Press. The judges said, the writing is very strong, fascinating to read. Grieving for Guava by Cecilia M. Fernandez, University Press of Kentucky. The judges said, I enjoyed the slice of life stories. Mouthful of Birds by Samantha Schweblin, Riverhead Books. The judges said, this collection is exceedingly creative and inventive. Staten Island Stories by Claire Jimenez, Johns Hopkins University Press. The judges said, engaging and a fun read with a variety of characters.
First place goes to A Peculiar Kind of Immigrant Son by Sergio Troncoso.
Thank you, Empowering Latino Futures, for the International Latino Book Award for my book, A Peculiar Kind of Immigrant Son, for the best collection of short stories in English or bilingual. I'm very proud of this award, and I love the mission you are on to increase literacy and education in our Latino communities, which I fully support. Thank you again.
And lastly, for short stories, Spanish.
Best Collection of Short Story Spanish, A la Sombra del Mango by Patricia Schaefer Roder, Ediciones Scriba, NYC. The judges said, la escritura es tan descriptiva que te cautiva a seguir leyendo. Al borde de la decencia by Neri Santos Gómez, Grupo Editorial Cial Pigmalión. The judges said, the stories are well organized and interesting. Dalia by Michelle N. Lopez Rivera, Lo Lamento. The judges said, hermosa representación de historias sobre mujeres, muy inspirador. Detrás de una lámpara, by Rosario Alpaz, ediciones Lamponia. The judges said, historias escritas de una forma única. El hotel que la habitaba, by Luis Fernández Zavala, Pugliari Editores. The judges said, un libro muy buen escrito y fácil de leer. Itzne, by Yosuel y Jan, voces espartanas. The judges said, amo la forma en que este libro fue escrito, absolutamente un placer leerlo. La fugacidad de color, by Elga Reategui. Lastura. The judges said, no podía dejar de leer este libro, escrito de una manera maravillosa. Luces de emergencia, by Oswaldo Estrada, Valparaíso Ediciones. The judges said, historias impactantes. Un trébol rojo de 4 hojas y otros relatos. By Roberto Gil de Mares, Grupo Editorial Cial Pigmalión. The judges said, excelentes historias y forma de escribir.
First place goes to La fugacidad de color by Elga Reategui.
Hola, quiero expresar mi gratitud a la organización y a los jueces por este galardón. Estoy muy emocionada y no lo esperaba. Por favor, también quiero expresar mi gratitud a mi prima Isabel Jimison, quien me animó a participar. Muchas gracias de corazón.
Give it up for all of the winners for Fiction Book Awards Part 3. It was a great honor to serve as a presenter. Muchas gracias y pa'lante mi gente.
Eva Longoria, a dear and close friend for many, many decades, has become a true leader both in front and behind the camera. Eva, thank you for the job you did during the Democratic National Convention. You were amazing, and you looked amazing. You are amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, Eva Longoria.
Thank you, Eddie, for having me here today for this important event. I'm honored to be presenting winners in the International Latino Book Awards Best Nonfiction category. The judges have found that all these winning books are great reads about timely topics like immigration and education and families, and each of the authors have given great insights back to all of us. So now let's see who the winners are. Most Inspirational Nonfiction Book, English.
Most Inspirational Nonfiction Book, English. Cuban Sun Rising by Charles Gomez, Kohler Books. The judges said the writing is inspirational and nostalgic. Little Joe No Llore Chingon by Emma Gonzalez, County Road 34 Publishings. The judges said a good story worth reading. More Than Ready by Cecilia Munoz, Seal Press. The judges said a great guide for future leaders. Today's Inspired Latina, Volume 6 by Jacqueline S. Ruiz and Veronica Sosa, Big Factor Media. The judges said, las historias son muy interesantes y apasionantes.
First place goes to More Than Ready by Cecilia Munoz. Cecilia, thank you for your service to the Obama administration. We miss you.
The reason that I wrote More Than Ready is because it's time for women, especially women of color, especially young Latinas, to understand ourselves as the leaders that we really are. I'm so honored to receive this recognition. Thank you so very much.
Most Inspirational Nonfiction Book, Spanish.
Most Inspirational Nonfiction Book, Spanish or bilingual. Cuando tus palabras son tu oración, by Maylene Arroyo. The judges said, con este libro, el autor nos trae esperanza y fe. Dominga Rescues the Flag, by Margaret Randall and Mariana McDonald, Two Wings Press. The judges said, the authors give a voice to Dominga, a woman who made history in Puerto Rico. Las Tres Preguntas by Don Miguel Ruiz y Bárbara Emrys, HarperCollins Español. Enseña tres perlas de sabiduría, los cuales son muy importantes para nuestra vida.
First place goes to Las Tres Preguntas by Don Miguel Ruiz and Barbara Emrys. Best Biography.
Best Biography. Álvaro Gómez Hurtado by Juan Esteban Constantin, Viegas Editores. The judges said, una excelente biografía para la historia. Dearest Papa by Thelma T. Reina, Golden Foothills Press. The judges said, I couldn't stop reading these heartwarming poems. Tears were flowing. Walkabout by Ricardo Suarez Gartner. The judges said, a book for anyone who loved their grandparents.
First place goes to Álvaro Gómez Hurtado by Juan Esteban Constantin. Best autobiography.
Best autobiography. Cuban Sun Rising by Charles Gomez, Kohler Books. The judges said, about living with AIDS and growing up Latino in a deeply segregated South. Heartthrob by Susana Chavez Silverman, University of Wisconsin Press. The judges said, excellent reading. What stands out is the truly innovative meddling of languages. Ordinary Girls by Hakira Diaz, Algoquin Book of Chapel Hill. The judges said, an inspiring modern-day story about a troubled Latina on her journey to becoming a member of the U.S. Navy. Who Am I by Jerry Martinez, Newman Springs Publishing. The judges said, an aspiring account of faith in God through a very turbulent life. Who Let the Mexicans Play in the Rose Bowl by Hank Olguin. The judges said, triumphant story of success in sports and business that moves through decades smoothly.
First place goes to Cuban Sun Rising by Charles Gomez.
Thank you to the International Latino Book Awards for this incredible honor. I'd like to dedicate it to my father, my 92-year-old father, for his acceptance and love, which have made me the writer and the son I am today. Gracias, papi.
Best history book.
Best history book. Chiribiquete by Carlos Castaño Uribe, Villegas Editores. The judges said, un libro increíble que disfrute mucho. Nación Genizarra, edited by Moises Gonzalez and Enrique R. Lamdrid, University of New Mexico Press. The judges said, a timely book as we look at how cultures in the United States were affected by colonization. Quill and Cross in the Borderlands by Ana M. Nogar, University of Notre Dame Press. The judges said it was evident that much research went into establishing a basis for Sor Maria's story.
First place goes to Quill and Cross in the Borderlands by Ana M. Nogar.
I'm very pleased to accept the award for Best History Book for Quill and Cross in the Borderlands, Sor Maria de Agreda and the Lady in Blue, 1628 to the present. Thank you to the readers who judged the book and to Empowering Latino Futures for this wonderful opportunity. Mil gracias.
Best Political Current Affairs Book, English.
Best Political Current Affairs Book, English. A Mexican State of Mind by Melissa Ann Castillo Planas, Rutgers University Press. The judges said the author captures the sweat and tears of forgotten feel in the New York City restaurant industry. Defending Latino Immigrant Communities by Alvaro Huerta, Hamilton Books. The judges said Dr. Huerta cites what Latinos need to focus on: quality housing, both improved education and higher education, better employment opportunities, and improved health. Dreamer's Nightmare by Arturo Jimenez. The judges said excellent primer on immigration system that mixes hard facts with human stories. Immigration Reform by Charles Karmaski, Mandel Villar Press. The judges said a detailed look at how immigration bills have evolved and failed to evolve. Insurgent Atzlan by Ernesto Todd Mileres, Somos en Escrito Literary Foundation Press. The judges said culture is resistance. Chicano literature, Chicano Studies 101 is resistance. Separated by William D. Lopez, Johns Hopkins University Press. The judges said this story needs to be told.
First place goes to Immigration Reform by Charles Kamasaki.
I'd like to thank my friends and colleagues at Unidos US for the gift of time to write the book, the Migration Policy Institute for sponsoring the book project, and to Kirk Whistler and Empowering Latino Futures for this tremendous award. Thank you.
Best Political Current Affairs Book, Spanish.
Best Political Current Affairs Book, Spanish or bilingual. Metamorphosis by Malcolm Linton, Villegas Editores. The judges said excelente fotos, presentación y escritura, merece ser ganador. Nativismo y legislación en Estados Unidos by J.B. Vázquez. The judges said disfruten la información histórica sobre inmigración.
First place goes to Metamorphosis by Malcolm Linton. thank you for allowing me to be part of these important awards, and congrats to all of the winners.
I am honored to introduce at this time one of the most prolific authors in the world today. She is truly the gift to our culture. I've had ties with Isabel Allende and her family through my son Miko's marriage for decades. Isabel has, through her insightful novels and nonfiction narratives, become the best-selling Latina author in the world. We are honored to be naming an award today after you, Isabel. And thank you for everything that you've given, not only our culture, but humanity.
Hola, mi querido Eddie. It's always a pleasure to be with you. And to have this award named after me is a distinct honor. I have been writing, as you know, for almost 40 years, and I have published 25 books, but I still feel that each new book is something different, and I am just as confused and insecure and terribly excited as I was when I started my first book, The House of the Spirits. Word by word, I have found a voice in the world, and word by word, I have found a place in the world. Writing is really important, but readers, loyal readers, are more important. Reading connects us to others. It opens our minds and our hearts. It makes us more human. Most importantly, reading can inspire us. A good book can really inspire us. So I am very proud that the most inspirational fiction book award is named after me. That's an honor.
Isabel Allende Inspirational Fiction Book Award. De la Curva del Camino by Alberto Caballero, Puquiari Editores. The judges said, un libro que te deja un gran consejo. La magia de un atuendo by Sandra Arroyave, Bookmasters Corporation. The judges said, el autor me capturó desde el principio con su forma de escribir. Valiance by Vanessa Caraveo. The judges said, a real story of human struggle and inspiration.
And this year, the Isabel Allende Most Inspirational Fiction Book Award goes to Vanessa Caraveo for her fantastic novel, Valiance.
Hello everyone. I'm honored to receive the International Latino Book Award for my inspirational novel, Valiance. I'm thankful to God for this new blessing, to my family, and of course, the ILBA's hardworking team who have helped Latina authors such as myself expand their horizons in today's world. Thank you all, and God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been an amazing event. I want to thank all of our winners and our partners and our presenters that have made this event possible. During this event, we had people tuned in from across the United States of America and in at least 19 countries outside of the USA. Thank you all for participating in one of the most extraordinary times we've had in Latino literacy in the world.
You can learn more about these awards and our other programs by going to latinobookawards.org. If you want to meet some of the winning authors from this event and previous award ceremonies, go to latinobookawards.org and click on one of the after event tabs. There are after events in Spanish, English, and Portuguese. A salute to all these great authors. I also want to sincerely thank our team that put together this award ceremony. Thank you to Al, Alina, Anna, Armando, Connie, Edward, Erica, Julia, Kathy, Lisa, Nora, Norma, Rita, Rosa, and all the others for your help. We could not have done it without you. And finally, I want to thank my wife, Magdalena,
for her patience with me. Mil gracias para todos.
We want to thank all of you for participating tonight. In the coming year, you may want to participate in one of Empowering Latino Futures programs. Also, another thank you to all of our partners. Good night. Buenas noches.